Pickleball. Good.
On my end.
Yeah, stand by.
Big news. I have some important news for you.
Interesting news.
It's Blake and Darren's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Brought to you exclusively on Kiss FM by J. Michael, fashion for everyone. Good morning, Sandy.
Hey, good morning, Blake and Aaron. How are you guys doing?
Good. What do you got for us this morning?
All right. So there were a couple armed robberies over the weekend that we never got to discuss yesterday. One of them is quite interesting. There were men posing as a passenger to rob a bus. So this is a bit unusual. This happened in Mount Pleasant, West Bay, in the vicinity of Mount Close, shortly after 8 p.m. last week, Wednesday. The police report says that the bus driver stopped to let off two men who had been picked up and, acted like they were passengers on the bus. But of course, when the bus stopped, one of the men held a knife to the driver and demanded cash.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. The driver resisted and drove the bus forward before stopping abruptly, forcing the men off the bus.
Wow.
And both men then fled on foot along Mount Close.
And didn't get any money.
Well, no, but the driver did receive a cut to his face during the struggle. Yeah, so
is your camera on board to get pictures of passengers?
Unfortunately not, but that's definitely something that they should now probably seriously consider. All right, and that same day, pretty much, Brown's Esso in Red Bay was also targeted on Friday morning. Reports are that after 3:20 a.m., 911 received a call that there was an armed robbery at the service station where two masked men entered the establishment, brandished a gun, and demanded cash from the registers. And they also left on foot with a quantity of cash, appearing to head east. I would think that, if you have a gas station overnight, you don't let anybody in, especially masked men.
I was going to say,
Yeah, a lot of times they lock the door and then they buzz you in, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, let's go on to a little bit of hopefully better news. The endangered ghost orchid has won conservation funding. So this is a bit of good news that has come out. So there is the Darwin Plus local grant to conservationist Miss Christine Rose Smith. And essentially it's trying to help any sort of, species that critically endangered species that might go extinct. And so this will allow her to propagate the plant more and hopefully keep it around a bit longer for all to enjoy. So this project falls under the National Conservation Act and is supported by partners at the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park, the National Trust for the Cayman Islands, and the Department of Environment.
All right.
Pretty nice. The Minister of Tourism is sponsoring anti-littering signs. So you might have seen his signage change to say, "Keep our islands clean, do not litter." And he's reminding people that littering is a crime that comes with a $500 penalty or 6 months imprisonment. So he made an announcement that his signs, and by extension himself, is demonstrating his commitment to preserving the natural beauty of the Cayman Islands by using his personal billboards to put that message out there.
All right.
Interesting.
Very. I'm sure that'll get some interesting comments.
I know a lot of people
yesterday
talk about the billboards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're already controversial. So yesterday there was an accident that was quite interesting, and this is the very definition of ironic. If you need, if kids say to you, "Mom, Dad, what does ironic mean?" You tell them this story. So over the weekend, we had up this post about that playground set that's at the corner of Bobby Thompson and I think it's Smith Road still.
The new pickleball courts, yeah.
Yeah, where the pickleball courts are going to go. And, everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is..."
I saw that accident yesterday, and I thought of that immediately. I was like, the cars nearly went into the bushes.
And the one of the owners or developers of that project came on the show yesterday, talked about some of the mitigating factors that they're going to put in place. And it was so interesting that there's quite a few people, when the post went up over the weekend, who said, "Oh, no one's ever had an accident at that spot. You guys are making a big to-do about nothing." And lo and behold, what happens yesterday?
There are always accidents at that intersection, by the way.
There was a major accident at that intersection that was pretty bad. So there you have it. Definition of irony, kids.
So it was a good piece, though. I did watch it. It does seem like they either came up with some great answers because of the heat, or they had in fact thought about it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep an eye on the situation. But yeah, they did reach out and responded, so I thought that was good.
Yeah.
So very good.
All right, we'll catch Sandy's show coming up on Bobo 89.1 FM. We'll see you tomorrow for the Thursday headlines.
Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Let me just grab my links to send that to the WhatsApp group. We have a hot show for you guys this morning. OMG, where are we going to begin? Well, we're going to begin at the top. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio. We are still spilling the tea and committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman, live, direct, it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. I tell you what, these long holidays really make the week fly by. I'm already like, what? It's Wednesday? Well, happy morning to all of you. Top of the morning to you, my loves. What's going on? Happy Hump Day. Lots to talk about in the Cayman Islands today. What can I say? Never a dull moment in these beautiful islands of ours. Woo-sa. I tell you. What a ting. Well, all we can do is start with one topic at a time, honey child. And we will surely get through it one by one. Good morning to Miss Vernita. Good morning to Miss Wee Wee. It's roll call time. I feel like I need a song called Roll Call. Marshall is here. First Lady's in the house saying have a safe and blessed day. So good to see you. Diamond Princess is here. The beautiful Diamond Princess says I'm present. I'm in class. Good morning to Miss Stephanie. Beautiful. Hello, Robert. How are you? So good to see our regular faces checking in with us. Really appreciate it. And of course, sending lots of love to all of our radio listeners who sometimes they don't get to comment. They're driving with both hands on the wheel, honey child, trying to be safe. And so I know virtually through the radio waves, they're saying good morning as well. They'd be like, oh, honey child, good morning, Miss Sandy. So I'm trying to get some merchandise sorted out. Hopefully next week we'll have more of the radio station stash. And oh yes, Lena's asking for the exorcism discussion. All right, baby girl, we're going to talk about it. So many topics that I roll them over and then sometimes they get lost. All right, I'm going to start off with that one first, Lena. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, honey child. Where are we at this morning? Giving thanks, of course. Thank you, those of you who send me the daily scriptures. Appreciate them. Appreciate all the positivity, child, that we can get around here, because Lord knows we most certainly need it. What a mess. All right. Miss Lena is here. Everton's in the house. Good morning to Miss Morna. Miss Juanita, buenos dias. Sandra Co is here. Beautiful Sandra. So good to see you. So let's talk about the exorcism situation. Last week, the Department of Education sent out a message. Good morning from Julian and Miss Selma. So good to see you both listening. They say, honey child. Oh, Selena sent me a message. Oh gosh, I get these messages and some. Miss Celine sent me a message and saying she wasn't getting the. Let me just respond to her while I remember. She wasn't getting the notifications for some reason. So Celine, that means that I need to add you to one of the distribution lists on WhatsApp. So let me do that now while I'm remembering it, because God knows in 5 minutes I will have forgotten all about it. Okay, Celine. I thought you were on there already, but let me add you now. And you should now start getting those messages. So good morning to you, of course. So some of you send me voice notes. I'll listen to those because I know those are private notes. Oh, look at this beautiful, is that the sunrise this morning that someone is sending me? Oh, what a beautiful place we live in. We are so fortunate. I tell you, we gotta fight hard to keep this as beautiful and safe as we possibly can, because we really do. I don't know if y'all have an idea of how incredibly precious this environment is and how fortunate we are to be able to call the Cayman Islands home, even if it's just your temporary home. You're here in a work permit. Believe me, this is still one of the best places in the world. And I know y'all know it. I know it and you know it, and I know that you know it. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about let's definitely talk about this accident. No, we're not going to talk about the accident. I'm pulling up the video to send myself so I can pull that up during the show. Let's talk about the exorcism first before the accident. So last week we got an email from the Department of Education to say that, there has been a change or an update. This is their definition of an update, I suppose. And they're essentially saying that all parties are returning to work, but they want us to respect everybody's privacy and let's just move on. It was basically what I was reading. I was like, first of all, what's news here? Because we told you guys months ago that one of the parties had already returned to the school and the other one had showed up at the school. And then when we started asking questions about why she was there, it looks like she was sent back because she might have showed up prematurely of her own accord, because even the administrators at the school itself seemed to have been clueless about who gave her the clearance to come back. And that was Miss Vicky. Now, here's the thing, right? I do find it interesting. And a lot of you were shocked last week when you saw the story go up, because you guys were like, that's it. It was like, oh, no criminal charges against educator accused of exorcism. And I'm telling y'all, some of you were messaging me like, Sandy, can we protest? What can we do? That's it. And I was like, this is so typical of what happens here in Cayman. Honest to God. Our people are just not ready. The systems are just not ready for any real degree of accountability. This is what strikes me as, on the one hand, I do find it peculiar. And then on the other hand, part of me is like, well, this is Cayman for you. We just will sweep anything under the proverbial rug. And it's like, yeah, just keep it moving. I don't quite understand what happened here in terms of their so-called investigation, which, by the way, took so long that most of you probably forgot even that this was going on. But let me refresh your memories. Some 2 years ago, back in May of 2021, parents contacted us here at CMR, and they were furious about this lady, Miss Vicky, carrying out some kind of exorcism on their children. Now, you see, that's why y'all can say whatever you want about private institutions in this country. But this kind of foolishness is precisely why Some people like myself will twerk on a pole if I have to. That's still an honest living. That's not selling drugs. We're going to talk about drugs this morning too. Pole twerking might be an honest living. Praise the Lord that I don't have to do that, because I ain't get the body for pole twerking. Y'all know it and I know it. So it's just a little joke when I say it, but it is kind of funny though. Can you imagine me trying to twerk on a pole? Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Take the pole. Jesus, take the pole. Yeah, that wouldn't work out too well for anybody. People be throwing money at me to stop. They'd be like, please, don't twerk, don't dance. But the point is, we'd make a lot of sacrifices for our children in order to ensure. Y'all are so crazy. One person says, I want front row seats. Woo, Caymanians, y'all are so crazy. This next person says, "Oleh, shake that booty." Then Jesus, that Jesus gave you, Lord Jesus. So anywho, no sir, y'all not easy. So anywho, like I was saying before, y'all started to make me laugh. We will make sacrifices to ensure that our children not got to deal with this kind of foolishness. Now, it is sad because at my core, I'm a public school person. I went to public schools in the United States of America. Public schools can be a little bit rough and tough around the edges. Listen, we all were bullied back in the day. Back then, you didn't have any organizations talking about bullying and mental health. You just, you either learn how to fight with your words, or you had to punch somebody one good time, and then they would know, don't mess with Sandy just because she walks around with a bunch of books and she looks like a nerd, because she can still kick you in the gonads. Yeah. So she's still not the person to be messing with on a good day, because she's still a little bit crazy. You did what you had to do to survive. And, I wasn't in this wasn't like no inner city horrible, Chamberlain High School in Tampa was a good, pretty decent school. But it was still public school. I went to every single school I went to was a public school. Right. So I don't know anything about private school life, but what I can tell you is this kind of foolishness is unacceptable. And I feel like here in Cayman, this wouldn't happen in a private school. If she did what she did in a private school, the private school would have fired her. You see, there's a little bit more accountability at the private school level for certain things. Now, we haven't discussed Cayman Prep in a minute, and I'm not going to get too deep into them today, but Cayman Prep, I have been receiving some unbelievable complaints about you guys. You still don't have it together. And I'm a little bit disappointed. I was speaking to some people last night who are new to the island, and they were saying how, they had an application and it came on prep and blah, blah. I said, honey, child, I'm gonna hope that your child doesn't get in there, because y'all are people of color. And from what I know, prep is definitely not the best school for them. Go to CIS, go to St. Ignatius, go to anywhere else, but not Cayman Prep. Yep. Mm-hmm. But don't worry. There are people now, family members, who are actually growing the testicular fortitude. Yeah, they're getting it together to come on the program and finally talk about Cayman Prep. And that's when it's all going to bust wide open. But let me stay focused on Miss Vicky this morning. So Miss Vicky is a bit of a religious fanatic. She might be a nice person, but sometimes you cross the line, right? And I'm always very, very cautious about people who cross the line in any direction, right? If you're an extreme on any side of the fence, that worries me. I don't like extreme personalities. Like, to me, it's kind of like, oh, Jesus, give me strength here, because can't deal with it. And she's a religious fanatic, and that can be a very dangerous thing, because in the name of religion and in the name of God, people have done some very, very bizarre things. Now, her behavior in this situation, in my opinion, was extreme and was bizarre. She was talking to 9-year-olds about their sexuality. She's the one who prompted the conversation. These kids weren't going to her saying, oh, Miss Vicky, we want you to pray for us, right? She was the one sprinkling holy water on them, praying for them in a very overzealous manner, and also trying to eradicate what she said was demons in these children. Now, let me say this. I know some of these children bad. Y'all ain't got to tell me, right? Now, these are primary school children, Red Bay Primary. By the time they get to John Gray, some of them think that they're 25-year-old adults. Y'all know the one from last week, right? Out here skinning out in the streets, doing the most. Parents have no concern in the world that their children are doing anything. And that's why I know exactly where the problem lies. When you have parents who are defending the kind of behavior that we saw last week from that young lady, who, by the way, you know, she's got some real nerves. Over the weekend, she started some Instagram page where she's trying to bully me through IG. I said, Lord Jesus, now you know this girl ain't got no sense. How you gonna bully me? I'm old enough to be probably your grandma at this stage, because y'all be starting so young, you know, but definitely your mama. I'm old enough to be your mother in a very mature kind of way. And this is indicative of the kind of child we're talking about, right? Because let me pull down Vicky for a second and address this issue. When you are a parent who's really trying, you're a decent parent. When you hear complaints about your child, you don't automatically jump to your child's defense. Oh no, my little angel not doing nothing. They have photos of themselves on Instagram drinking or with a Heineken bottle in their hand, right? There's tons of video footage going around with your daughter fighting in the street. Somebody sent me another one. Can somebody resend that one to me? Because I can't remember exactly where I put it. But of her fighting in the streets in West Bay, worse than a dog, because I don't even see dogs and cats fighting like that in the streets. And some adult walking by trying to pull these kids apart. And you as a parent, Miss Kimberly, sitting back talking foolishness about your child as the victim and other people harassing your daughter. I'm afraid, ma'am, that you have lost the plot if you ever had it. And I suspect you've never had it, right? Your daughter is the aggressor. She is the one who's out in these streets harassing people left, right, and center. And it's unfortunate that you refuse to acknowledge this, because by you not acknowledging it, you guys have seen the WhatsApp chats where she creates these groups and she's encouraging other children to go out there and beat up girls that she doesn't like. When you see that type of behavior, the video is in your face, in black and white, and you can still message me and have a conversation with me that your daughter is the innocent party. I know, ma'am, that you as a parent, and I'm going to use that term as loosely as I possibly can, you are the problem with your daughter. Seems to me you've never had control of this child. And now she's tethering on adulthood, because soon she will be in that category. The system is going to treat her as an adult. And when she's out there fighting as an adult, there's a couple of things that are going to happen to her. And one of those, if she's lucky, is she's going to get arrested and have to face the consequences in a court of law. So you don't have any concerns. Everybody else is wrong and your daughter's right. Do you guys know that on Friday, I had little children calling me, and I call them little children, from John Gray High School calling me, talking about this girl and how bad she is and the stuff that she does. And everybody was like, oh, we're glad Miss Sandy put her in her place because she's ridiculous, man. And I said, listen to me, young children now, because they were so surprised. Oh my God, Miss Sandy, you answer the phone? I said, yes, I answers my phone. And they started telling me, I said, listen, I know you guys are still in high school, and a lot of this is high school ridiculousness. I said, in the not too distant future, you're going to be out there in the real world. Yeah. And people like her, you have got to leave in your rearview mirror. Focus on your education, girls, right? Focus on that piece of paper that's going to make you competitive to be able to get a job. Because while y'all sitting down complaining about the Cayman's government not giving you no handouts and you can't make it in Cayman and blah, 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 how on earth are you going to make it when you have nothing between your head, right? So I had a good little conversation with them. I said, I want y'all to take the focus off of her for a minute and focus on yourselves, because you're going to have to leave her right where she is. Unfortunately, her parents have failed her. I don't know how much the system has done to try to help, but the system has probably failed her as well. But, you know, she has to be in a position to take some accountability for her own behavior and her own actions. And now, you know, young ladies, you guys just need to move past her and leave her right there. She's going to be the one who's still 21 out in these streets fighting over man and carrying on with foolishness. You, on the other hand, will hopefully be in university or in a school learning a trade or at a job, working and earning some money. So I said, focus on those things, you know? And I know they want to be bringing me into a little gossipy stuff. And I'm like, listen, I'm not really here for it as much. I had another woman call me. She's a civil servant. And she said, oh my gosh, I can't call into your show, but thank you a million times for, you know, showing that young lady some tough love, because it seems like she's so disrespectful that she's never had anybody set any boundaries for her. And so I know the mother isn't setting any boundaries. Okay. And that's incredibly sad. For a 14-year-old to think that she can take me on and bully me without any consequences is like mind blowing. It blows my mind, because little does she know. But what it demonstrated to me is, if she can do that, if she has the audacity to do that to me, what do you think she's doing to year 6 children that she's been beating up and harassing for years? Year 7 kids, even kids her own age. What do you think she's doing to them? You know what a decent parent would do? A decent parent, Kimberly, would take her phone and she would never see that phone again. Let me tell you something. I don't know why y'all give your children phone access so easily, right? I'm not for it. And of course they say, Sandy, you know, don't talk till you're in the situation. But I can tell you what, just like with my daughter's iPad, that can disappear so fast. I told Miss Stacy, I'm like, don't even tell me where the iPad is, because I don't want to know. Because when Gianna asked me for the iPad, I'm going to say, nope, sorry. I have no clue where the iPad is. What are you asking me for? Y'all need to take those phones and smash them in the ground. You need to remove your children from social media. What is a 14-year-old doing with a TikTok account? Access to be able to create all these WhatsApp groups that she uses to harass people, right? She's committing an ICT offense. And meanwhile, the police over here are talking about, oh, somebody called her name on the radio. Y'all need to get it together too, because you're part of the problem. Everybody in society is cloaking up these children into their badness. And then we wonder when they're heading to Fairbanks and northward, oh, where did we go wrong? Y'all want to know where we went wrong? You start with the households, you start with the homes, and then fan it out from there. Everybody else has been failing these kids. But I am very, very, very crystal clear on this position. Don't have your children message me. Don't have your children talk to me in a disrespectful manner, because I am not their companion. But if they talk to me in such a way, I'm thinking to myself, oh, well, it seems like they want to try to be my companion. And then we take it to a different level. Yeah? Because no adult in their right mind would ever roll up on me the way that 14-year-old did. And I went easy on her, if y'all can believe it, because I was still mindful that she's 14. If that was an adult, where's Cindy this morning? Is Cindy paying attention to the show? If that was an adult, as Cindy would say, Miss Sandy, done her. Yeah, but these kids need to learn some respect and some manners. And clearly, they're not learning it in the homes that they're growing up in. And the parents are the reason why. Take the phones from these children. All right, back to Miss Vicky. Here she is, honey child, her and the other teacher back at the job. So apparently she's working from home. They haven't sent her back in the actual classroom as yet. But, you know, they were just like, oh, you know, we don't want y'all to, we just don't want to give them some privacy. I was like, y'all have got to be crazy. Some 23 children were involved in at least 2 exorcism sessions. Now, one of the things that bothered me the most about this is, how did this happen not once, but twice? And nobody in the school was like, no other adult in the school was like, hold on a second, Vicky. You can't be doing this. These are people's children. You're not in church. Now, I know we're supposed to be a so-called Christian society. Most of y'all lying about that. But even so, there are limitations to what you can do with the mixing of church and state. And quite frankly, this, in my humble opinion, crossed the line. Oh my God. Thank God it wasn't my child. Because I do not believe this would have ended well for Miss Vicky. She would have had a Bible upside her head and seeing some celestial stars from the good man above. Because I would have been like, no, honey, child, you're not about to do that to my little child. Just completely ridiculous. Shaking the children, forced them to drink what she called holy water. Who knows what was in the water? Hello? I mean, like, seriously? No, honey child. Now, you see, this is where Caymanians, y'all need to learn some respect. Because, again, I'm going to use the private school as an example. In a private school, they would have at least said, would you like to drink some holy water, which is actually just water and vinegar or whatever you're trying to push in it? You know what I'm saying? At least they know to ask. They wouldn't be forcing it down your children's throats. This is out of hand. Instructed them to remove the demons that they needed and to beg God for forgiveness and repent before it was too late. Their heads were then shaken aggressively as she prayed for them and forced them to say, God, I need you. Parents say that they don't even know what was in the cups. She could have been giving them children some of that saucy liquor that y'all like to be drinking. They don't know. Year 5 and year 6 children taken out of the classroom around 2 to 3 p.m. on the Wednesday and asked about their sexuality and, asking them what category they fell into. You see, this is the madness now. All of you with this LGBTQ thing going so crazy. That's not how children even think. Y'all are ridiculous. Year 5 and 6 children. Oh, are you a lesbian? Are you gay? Are you bisexual? And poor children didn't even know what the heck that meant and what she was talking about. Vicky, get Jesus for real now, and not in this overzealous, crazy way. A Dr. Meredith Rankin and a nurse who is said to be a pastor were also brought in to assist in this exorcism. No, sir. Y'all lucky that this wasn't my child. That's all I can tell y'all. So no criminal charges. Nothing is going to be done as usual. That file was closed from the second they opened it. Scott says, this is what I don't understand. How is this not assault and abuse of a minor? Of course it is. Of course it is. But you know what? It's all about who you are. Because I say a couple words to minor, putting them in their place like, oh my God, that's assault. That's verbal assault. Sandy, you can't say that. But she can do this. She can force children to drink stuff. Y'all don't even know to this day what was in the drink. She can shake your children and all kind of foolishness, take them out of a classroom, have physical access to your children. And that is not abuse? Really? Really? Police? Failure. DPP's office? Failure. Education department? Failure. Ministry of Education? Biggest failure ever. When you don't hold people like Vicky accountable, what do you think is going to happen the next time a parent tries to do this? I mean, a teacher tries to do this. Get away with it again. And in fact, you just reinforce that there will never be any action for this type of behavior. Jim says they all need to lose their license. Val says sounds like she's mentally sick. Lucky she didn't give them Jim Jones Kool-Aid. Oh, Lord Jesus. But this is what I'm telling you, people who are overzealous, like Jim Jones, you can't trust them. Natasha says, morning before I forget again, are you going to have your own app at some point? I'll tell you about the app. We've looked into it from the early days, and there's a lot of logistical reasons, unfortunately, why app doesn't work. But you don't have to miss out on anything. If you want all the sauce, we're better than an app on WhatsApp because we send you everything on that, honey chill. So just join the WhatsApp list. Sherry Ann, good morning to you. Aliano says, I hate people who hide behind the name of religious freedom and dogma to preach their so-called prosperity over people. Well, I don't know if it's prosperity, but it's a different kind of foolishness. Miss Sue, good morning. Miss Sue says she should have been fired for what she did to those children, and that she would not have done it to my children. No way. Not without any consequences. Good morning, Miss Sherry Ann. How are you? Ay. I don't know. Val says, and we have a guest on the show. By the way, guests, if you wanted to turn your camera off, the one that says stop screen at the bottom is the one that you use to turn off your camera. Up to you, though. Val says, good morning, fanatic. Fornicating with a married man? She better teach children to not commit adultery and break up marriages. Well, the truth shall set you free, honey child. I mean, it is what it is, Val. It is what it is. Aliana's here with his cup of hot tea going, oh my gosh, what on earth? He's asking, where's Johan? Johan, you're being missed this morning. I don't know where he is. He must be still sleeping in or eating ice cream, because y'all know he loves ice cream. This person says, she's a living demon. I heard. Ask if these parents who said how she would open her leg and make the kids see under her. Say what? That's what she did to kids in a school? Oh my God. That's disturbing on another level. This parent says, morning, the public school is the worst. I know of a case that a 10-year-old threatened to kill some boys that was bullying him, and they decided that the one that's being bullied, he needs psychiatric assessment, and they did nothing with the boys that are bullying him. I mean, this is the same thing that we're having with this same young lady that I'm talking to y'all about on social media, right? Gets a little suspension for 2 days, and that's it. Y'all need some more radical assessment of these children and some extreme and modified, behavioral programs to try to get their socially aggressive behavior under control. They are really and truly, facing some serious issues, and they need help. What they don't need is a crazy, overzealous person like this who is trying to, perform an exorcism. That's not what they need. I ain't saying they might need a little bit of prayer here and there, but that is not what they need. They need some real behavior modification. This person says, good morning, Sandy. That child and her mother are just alike. The chip didn't fall far from the block, honey child. Vicky is acting Christian now, but when she had so many women husbands, shaking my head, her current husband was taken from his good wife. Well, you know what I always say is at the end of the day, the ones who are always, and I even see this in my own family, who are always the most Christian, if that's such a thing, right? Who walk around 24/7 with a Bible underneath their shoulders and their arms and, toting it 24/7 or whatever. They're normally the ones who are the biggest sinners. And I guess maybe there's a correlation with where they're trying to come from to where they are. And so that then makes them feel like they have to go overboard with it. That's pay attention and make that observation for yourself, because I think that you will see it, right? They're the ones who just go to another level. And it's because they were the biggest dots around, or they were the murdering kind, or the, I'm saying? Like they were just the worst of the worst. The worst parents, abusing children and letting children kill people on drugs and whatever. And all of a sudden, when they turn Christian, the whole world is like, whoo, I'm here. I'm a Christian now. And I got to tell everybody how to become a Christian and what you must do, and try to perform exorcism on people, poor little children. They go to an extreme degree because it's almost like they think that that's somehow going to wash away their past and wash away their previous sins. I do believe that if you're a Christian, you know that all of that is not necessary for the Lord to wash away your sins, honey child. He has forgiven you already. So you're not going to act crazy with religion. You don't have to become Jim Jones. Ingrid says there's a lot of women here in Cayman that failed as mothers, and they don't have the first knowledge of how to raise their children. I cannot disagree with you. Vanessa says that's true. Her mother needs to step up and be a mother. Good morning to Magdalene. How are you? So I know what they're doing. The expat teachers just saying. Who's doing? I think I might have missed. Did I miss the previous comment, Magdalene? Morning to Charlotte joining us from Scotland. She says, but Sandy, government school back in the day is not the same today. Well, I mean, I have very little experience with government school here. So I'm always cautious to remind you guys, morning, Ms. Zita, that I left Cayman. I was like in the 4th grade. So I don't remember nothing about government school here. I was at Georgetown Primary. And all I remember, honey child, was Dominique, the really cute guy that was in class. I don't remember nothing else about Georgetown Primary, apparently. Nothing else sunk in at that point. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. In the US, I can talk about the experiences there. And yes, we were bullied. Listen, I was on the receiving end of, in this day and age, y'all would have been like, oh, call this one, call that one, anti-bullying campaign. I was bullied. Now, nobody ever put their hands on me except for Mike in high school. And I had to send Mike a very firm message. Don't you ever, as long as you live again, touch me, because I'm not that girl. I'm not the girl that you're going to touch. And I'm not going to box you as hard as I can upside your head. Simple as that. It's called self-defense. Okay? So, back then your parents used to tell you, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Of course, words can hurt you. Words are hurtful and they cut deep. But, you learned a little bit of how to be tenacious. And sometimes you had to fight back with your words. So if somebody, bullied me and said stuff, sometimes I would curse them out. And that was just how it was in school back in those days. And it was what it was. And we just kept it moving. But yeah, kids can be vicious. And this is where parents have to be. Some of y'all be thinking that you have the nicest little angels in the world. And your kids are like little devils, man. So you've got to be aware. And you've got to let children know that there's no reason to make fun of other people. There's no reason to bully people. We've all come from, well, not all, but a lot of us have come from very humble beginnings. And we know what it's like to be in need. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later on the show when we discuss that refrigerator that y'all saw yesterday posted and how drugs is destroying Caymanian families. And once again, parents are allowing themselves to be destroyed. Yeah, we're going to get to the core of that issue here today. However, we do have a guest who's waiting, so we don't want to be rude to our guests. But let me just say this before we move on from the exorcism situation. I'm not surprised that, as usual, nothing has been done. I didn't expect ever for anything to be done. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I think that these people should have been reprimanded. They should have been fired. They should be given psychiatric assistance. Something should have been done. And when you send an update then to the good people of this country, you don't send a meow, meow, pia, pia update where all you can basically say is, oh, there's no criminal charges laid against her. That's okay. And then to please, we are pleased to welcome the staff member back. Really? Y'all ain't ready. Okay. And have the fullest confidence that she will continue to provide quality educational opportunities to the school students. That's what you called quality at the time. Y'all need your head checked. And then they go on to say, we ask that the privacy of the staff member is respected as she carries out her professional duties at the school. Privacy and professional duties. I don't know how the two of them go hand in hand in the same sentence as it relates to this situation. Y'all are failing children. Government, ministry, minister, y'all are failing these kids. You teach that even with adults around them who do stuff to them, there will be no accountability. It's such a shame. Parents messaging me, right? About I must do something. No, you as parents who were impacted by this should do something. Y'all need to learn how to stand up. Grow some gonads and stand up for yourself. Stop letting people, whether it's the ministry, the department, these, overzealous teachers and principals and vice principals and whoever they are, stop letting them get away with doing such a poor job and abusing your children with no consequences. Okay, the police say they're not going to file any charges. DPP not going to do anything about it. Not surprised. But do you know that y'all could get together and bring a civil suit against this government? Has anybody thought about that? You know where you make it hurt? Is in their pocketbooks. Y'all need to learn a thing or two. Yeah? Start suing the Cayman Islands government when they don't do its job. Start suing the police, the DPP's office. Sue anybody. Sue them all, as far as I'm concerned. Add them to a joint lawsuit and sue them for this. That's what I would recommend. That's what y'all need to start thinking, just like that. And I bet you what, they're going to start to be more held accountable by the courts, because the court's not going to play around with them. Judicial review. Oh, Natasha, I didn't even see your comment. Look at that. Thinking alike. The parent should bring a suit against her and the school. Absolutely appalling. That's so funny. I didn't even read that, but we were obviously on the same wavelength this morning. Yes, that's exactly what needs to be done. And I challenge the parents to do just that. JD says, stop shoving religion down children's throats. So glad I escaped the church's indoctrination at separate church from parliament. JD, it's unfortunately in this community, a lot of people see nothing wrong with it. It's the norm. And, I think that there has to be some degree of balance. And I don't know. It's just, this is a demonstration of where, when it goes wrong, nobody is able to hold people accountable. Scott's wondering how this lady's not in jail. How are the parents not suing the, off of these people? And how are they not suing the school and the government? Good question. Ingrid says they need to reopen the case. Well, they're not going to do that. 2 years later, this is what we get. That's it. That's the degree of what we have after a 2-year-long investigation. No, sir. Aliana says, why these people aren't out there marching in the streets, protesting the violence and social debauchery and class and inequality. Oh, wait. No, because they're too busy out here in the streets marching against the LGBTQ community. Because that's what people in this country fear the most. They don't fear this, which is really what you should be fearing. If you had any sense, this is what you should be fearful of. You're not fearing the child molesters who have access to your children and doing the most. No. That's not what brings up fear in people in this community. Ingrid said all of those government people who failed to do their job should go drink some of that water with her. Look who finally showed up this morning. Good morning, Miss Dean. Your hand is in the house. Asking who's getting blazed up. Jonathan is here. Morning, Jonathan. Ms. Dean says that they go beyond trying to prove something that leads to hypocrisy. Silverback says, did you talk about the video the guy put up who drove the Audi? He's saying that you're spreading false information. Please clear the air. Oh, don't worry, Silverback Gorilla. We will do more than clear the air with Andre Espute this morning. We're going to set the record straight. That mall road not gonna have one crook in it by the time we done with Andre here today. It's gonna be so straight that y'all not even gonna know what hit you. However, let me go ahead and bring our guests into the show. Please put your hands together, put your virtual hands together for our guest this morning who is here, to talk about being scammed. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Sandy.
You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing good. What
Now,
about
I know
you?
Yes, my dear, in survival mode like most people, but ever so thankful. I know that you have been reaching out to me for a minute now to try to help you with a situation. So why don't you give us the backstory of why you're on the program this morning?
Well, actually, I'm on the program because I gave some guy who his name is Davian Anthony Wright some money.
Sorry, just repeat the first name for me. Is it Damien?
Davian Anthony Wright.
Davian. Uh-huh.
Yes. So I gave him $6,700, which he promised to bring in two 2011 Honda Fit for me. But I didn't know nothing about this guy. So I had met him through a co-worker from work by the name of Crystal. And I was sharing some plans with her that I wanted to start a rent-a-car company. As well as I probably can just buy and resell cars.
Right.
So she would have told me that she have a friend or she knows someone who can bring in the cars for me because that guy brought in a car that she bought from him. So I said, okay. I sought out the loan. I went and I got the loan.
So you actually had to borrow money in order to give to Davian. Wow. Okay.
Because I was looking at a business adventure, so I would, make back a return. So I went and I borrowed the money, and me and Crystal went and gave this guy the money. We sat in the car, he counted the money and took the money. And he promised to email her the receipt because I didn't get a receipt on the spot because he said he was at work and he's busy. He works for FedEx. He said he was at work and he's busy. So he'll email the receipt. However, days passed. I would say to her, has Davian emailed you the receipt?
So let me be very clear for a second here. So your contact was Crystal. Did you ever have any direct contact with Davian at any time?
No, I didn't. Because I trusted her at that point.
Okay.
Because we were kind of close. However, so I would ask her again, Davian send the pictures for the cars or the car that he's gonna buy or he's gonna email the receipt. She just send me his contact link and say you talk to him. So right there I started to feel a little bit suspicious because if this is your link, why aren't you reaching out to him so I can get my receipt? However, it played off for a long period of time where I can't get no information from this guy. All I'm hearing, the cars are coming as soon as they reach, blah, 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 blah. So but it reached a stage where me and Crystal fall out. So I tried to contact Davian now personally after she had given me the number. So I messaged him and I wasn't getting anything substantial from him. He would read the message and say, good morning, bro. Soon get back to you. And he never does. So I went to work and I saw Crystal. So I would say to her, I'm trying to get through to Davian about the cars. And this was in January. I made the transaction in November. And now this was in January. So I went to her and I said, find out what's happening for the cars. So she was like, do you think I should really let you get those cars so you and your wife can benefit from it?
Wait a minute. Back up. Who said this?
Crystal.
Crystal?
Yes.
Oh, but sounds like Crystal is a friend of me. She don't sound like she nobody trying to help you.
Yeah, and she's one of those persons that preach, I have love in my heart and I want to see the best for everybody and all this other stuff. So I realized she started becoming bitter.
Oh,
so I
Lord.
said,
Not worse than a bitter friend, but go on.
I said, she said she's gonna give me back the money. Let me get the money by Tuesday, which was the following week. So I there waiting on the money. Tuesday, I don't hear nothing from her. So we meet, we end up at work the Tuesday evening on the same shift. And I message her. What happened to the money?
You and her are also co-workers.
Co-workers, right?
Oh, okay. Wow.
But she and Davian is friends. So it's a whole circle of them.
Okay.
To be honest, when I analyze everything. So I message her and ask her, what happened? Where's the money? She said she didn't get through getting the money. So I said, give me another date and time when I can expect my money.
Now, let me ask you a quick question, right? Are you sure that Davian got the money from Crystal?
Yes, Davian got the money because I was the one who personally gave it to him in the car.
Okay, all right.
So Crystal was like, could be a witness of it.
Okay.
Right.
Boy, I'm looking at Davian's social media profile, and he looks like quite the Don Juan man. The man living a good lifestyle off of somebody money.
Exactly. And this guy hold me my money, and I see him putting up all kind of status, flying all around in Panama, Jamaica, and all those places.
Him living large and in style too.
Exactly. And he's one of those guys that profess to be a Christian, even preaching in church.
He preaches in church?
Yes, I sent you the video on his Facebook
oh my gosh. So this is Davian. One Stop Auto Sales and Rental. So he has this company, One Stop. So basically through One Stop.
That's what he claimed. Yeah, that's what he claims
this car.
Yes.
Oh, he has a rental business. He does sales and rentals. Okay. Yes. Davian looking smashing in this photo. Wow. Always dapper Don. All right. So he took your $6,000. You want your money back?
$6,700.
$6,700.
Unfortunately, I had a friend that know him, and I was explaining to him what happened. So he said that he knows Davian, and he's going to reach out to him, see if I can get back the money. However, when my friend tried, and he said that my friend should come and collect the money, I thought it was going to be most of the money or all of the money, which he turned on and gave my friend $1,000. So when my friend came to me and said, this is what he gave me, I was upset. I was upset. And you tell me to take it and just relax, he's going to deal with it. However, another time he tried to give my friend another $1,000 after 2 weeks. So I said, no, I'm not taking it. Give it back to him because I did
a long-term payment plan, basically.
Right. I didn't give him $1,000. I gave him all my money, and I want back all my money.
Right.
So I don't know if he give him back or whatever, but I want all my money. And it's so funny. It's so funny that I told him I tried to give him time to give me back the money, so I don't have to come on the show this morning. I told him yesterday was the deadline, and it's so funny that he reaching out to me this morning. Good morning, bro. Where can we meet?
Oh, well, tell him you can meet him right now on Mall Road.
At 7:45.
On Mall Road for your money.
Yep.
All right. Let me have a look at Damien's number here. Let's see if we can call Damien, because clearly Damien needs to do better than this. How long did you say you gave Damien this money? He pulls it off in front of BMWs.
From November last year.
Damien living his best life at the expense of other people. Oh, see him traveling here? He said, God have brought me from a long way, a lot of mistakes, a lot of downfalls, a lot of lies, a lot of brokenness. Yes, sir. Life has been ups and down, but I give all thanks to God for not giving up on me when I mess up. Good for him, but look like he's still messing up. I mean, God can only, I know he's supposed to be all forgiving, but come on, Damien, you're taking advantage of people now. You can't be doing this.
And to be honest, I was talking to one of my police friends because I tried to get
this is him preaching at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Youth Ministers presents Building Resilience to Press Forward. Speaker Davian Wright. That is him.
I think I sent you that video, yes.
Man, he went from dance hall to church real fast.
The scamming.
Both scamming. Hello. You done know. Both scamming.
And to be
morning caller. Oh gosh, hold on here now. I'm just looking at his social media. Oh, Damien. El Ray says that he worked for FedEx, but he not delivering.
So my police friend that I tried to get to him.
Wait a minute.
Told me that
wait a minute now.
There's a lot of people that he's scamming too.
Sandra, you had him on the show already, owing a Filipino lady money for car sale too. Oh, this is him. His mother is Kayla, the ex-police officer, got fired from the force. He's a dirty person. He going around taking people money. Sandra, you had him on the show already for owing people. Oh my gosh, what a heat. Now I realize, oh wow, so this is a regular thing for him. Now I realize who he is. Oh Lord, Davian, what? Bad behavior can't stop. Wow. Let me see if we can get a number for this joker, because certainly we must be able to call him here today. Did you ever send me his number? I like this one with him posed off in front of some BMW where he says the Lord
number.
Humble. The Lord keep me humble. Send it to me on WhatsApp. Don't announce his number there.
Okay.
Now it looks like he's been in trouble before. He was a bank teller and went to jail for theft of $800. Oh, Davian, look like he got a little sticky fingers. This is now become a bad habit. This is not just a bad habit. This is like, Davian. So you got your receipt from One Stop Auto where you gave him $6,700. I see the receipt here. Everybody can see the receipt for 2011 Honda Fit, black, $6,700, paid in full. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of advice, young man. Don't ever pay nobody in full for no car or anything really until you have the transfer documents in your hand. See that? Bank teller admits the theft. Yeah, that's a bad idea. You give people a deposit. And if they're running a legit business, they should be able to order your goods for you, bring it to deliver it. And at the time of final delivery of the product or services, that's when you pay the balance. That's how you make sure that you're not out. You only would have been out $3,500 or whatever, as opposed to $6,700. You send me his number on WhatsApp. Yes. All right. Let's give this brother a call because he looked like he can't stop taking people money. He got to do better than this. And now he's been, on the cold hard truth more than once. I'm beginning to realize this is a pattern of really bad behavior. It's called thievery. All right, let's give him a call and see what he gonna be up to here this morning. This person says, Davian Wright, typical of the Christian hypocrites. Yeah, so nice, laughing out loud. Sis Davian and his mama, a criminal, she in court. You're not gonna answer this morning, you don't know. Davian, defend yourself and get this man his money back. This one says she's in court with lots of charges for not paying pensions and insurance.
You have reached the voicemail box.
She's one of them, taking out lots of license and people pay her to do permits. She is the one who keep the Spice Show. Oh Lord Jesus, Kayla. She used to be polite. Well, she used to be police and fight woman for man, and then kick her out of the force. Well, is he still employed with FedEx? One person wants to know. Does he have a trade and business license? I remember you mentioned this case a long time ago. It's Davian, not Damien. Okay, we on the same page now, honey child. What a bunch. No, sir. Oh my gosh, people blowing up my phone saying the whole family is a thief, says what this other person. Okay. Wow. This brother not easy. So he don't want to answer or call. No surprise there. Let's see if he'll let's see. Let's see if he'll answer another call. That's her other son. What a hot mess. Y'all out in the whole family now. You're not gonna answer this morning.
You have reached the voice.
Well, he's obviously not going to answer, but I can tell you what, based on the somebody says yes, he's still working there. Based on the amount of messages that we're getting, wow, this is quite something else. This person is for people, husband, they kick her out. She's trying now to marry Gamble off to Caymanian. That's her other son. Kayla be taking people money, putting in permits and dance license for people on permits. The whole family is the same. Wow. Well, everybody's being outed this morning. So Davian, is Davian married to Caymanian? How is he in Cayman? I'm kind of curious. Do you know if Davian has a wife?
I think he said that he was married and have house and child here. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
But
well,
he got divorced, I think.
But of course now, I don't know how long he's been in Cayman, but this is a hot mess. So this person says, yes, he married one young Caymanian girl. Everybody know them business still, you know. Wow. So the bottom line is you need your money and you need your money now, right?
I need my money and I need my money now. And to be honest, I'm just reaching out to all the legal avenues where I can get my money, because I'm also in touch with a lawyer, because I even went to my boss and explained everything to my boss, and he directed me to his lawyer. So his lawyer is in the process of doing his part as well. So if this medium doesn't get me my money, then I'm going to take it a step further.
Wow, what a mess. So somebody says he's giving her more bun than cheese gets. He gives her more bun than cheese gets. What a mess. I tell you what, y'all need to behave yourselves. Let's see what some of our listeners are saying. Aliana says it should be crystal clear who she is from that. Talking about Crystal. So Crystal wasn't no friend. Binks wants to know if you and Crystal were in any kind of a relationship, like, you know, more than friends.
That's kind of a personal issue though, but
the answer to
honest,
that is yes. The answer, sir, is yes. We get it. So you probably trusted Crystal a little bit more because of that than
I should. Right.
Yes. And Crystal was probably one of the people that getting bun and cheese from the other side from Davian. You see how to mix up things them go? That's why you must be very, very careful.
Well, she claimed they were just friends, but however, let me just say this to clear up.
The list says, hell has no fear like a woman scorn. It sounds like him and Crystal was. So I don't know about your friend.
All right, let me just put some clarity in that, because I don't want it to be seemed like I was going through a period with my wife, because I'm married, right?
Yes. Okay.
And so I end up being with Crystal for a short period of time. And that's when I was telling her about my ideas and plans that I had, right? And she thought it was a good opportunity. I don't know if it was
for herself, clearly.
Right. I don't know if it was from her, truly from her heart for me, but
clearly not, because then she can turn around and tell you.
When things didn't work out and I decided that I'm going back to my wife, she became bitter.
All right.
And I send you all the information, all the voice notes.
Yeah, you understand, right. Like I told you before, I'm actually a very, very busy person, right? So people who send me a voice note over 2 minutes, I don't normally have time to listen to it because I'm so busy and I get so many messages. But yes, I must admit that you sent everything. So all of those were messages from Crystal or what?
From Crystal and Davian.
And Davian, okay. All right. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, we have to hear what it is that you have to say in your own words in any event. That's why I said you have to come on the program and just explain what went down. So people are kind of suspect of Crystal. Nikki said, sounds like a bit of a personal relationship gone awry. Why would Crystal have a problem if the car benefits this man and his wife? Sounds a bit off, because he said he gave the money to Jim directly, Jim being Davian, I guess, a bit earlier, but he also dealt with the man through Crystal. Sounds like a bit of something going on. So I think people were already kind of like clued in that something wasn't quite right there, but that's your personal business, sir.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, all right, this is the issue. It makes
a lot of sense now.
This is the issue. This is my money, my business idea. The only thing she provided me with the scammer Davian, right? That's all she provided me. And I trusted that link because I told her I had somebody who could bring in the cars for me. Right? And she didn't like that. So I took it, I used her link. So that's how I let Davian. I didn't even know anything about Davian because if I had known that this guy was an ex-prisoner, I wouldn't do it.
Of course, because once a thief, normally always a thief.
Exactly.
Thieves and liars don't really change their stripes. So Silverback Gorilla says, Sandy, Davian Wright used to work at CIBC, got fired, dig the file and see what he did. So let's have a look now at that said file. And indeed, we have Davian here having stolen some money from, you know, and it's so sad because obviously he says he's a Christian now and he's turned over a new leaf, and, you know, he wants the, I guess, I don't know, God to continue to work on him. But, you know, you can't say those things and then take people money. So back in 2014, he was a bank teller that stole some $800 from a customer's account, claims that he was under pressure to provide for his family and pay for his electricity bill. David Anthony Wright, 27 years old, was charged with 2 counts of theft after making 2 $400 withdrawals from a customer's account in November of 2013, just 2 months into his employment at CIBC at Plaza Venezia. He pleaded guilty. Defense attorney Dennis Brady said that the defendant felt pressured to provide for his wife and his 5-year-old son. He said that Wright was already under pressure because his wife earned more than he did. What a lame excuse.
But it's funny enough because that's my lawyer that I'm using. I think.
What a mess. He claims that he was going to use the money to pay his CUC bill so that he could reconnect his electricity at home. This is what his lawyer claimed, but of course, you know, lawyers don't have to prove any of this. It probably wasn't even true. It was not a matter of greed, but a matter of need. So Crown Prosecutor Candia James said it was not just a case of theft, but also a case of breach. And so a magistrate Foldatz says he couldn't speculate whether the stealing would have stopped, or if it would have continued if he was not caught. And so he was then, I think, sentenced to, it looks like, how many months? How much time did he get? Let me just see this other story now. Anyway, he basically
8 months, I think.
8 months in jail.
I think so.
So he's already been in jail for theft. And despite him claiming that he has turned over a new leaf, it looks like to me that he's still up to a bit of shenanigans. Wow. Unbelievable. The magistrate at the time, Valdez Foldat, said that many people experience relationship difficulties and financial pressures, and he did not consider domestic problems or overdue bills to be exceptional. He said there are difficulties that many people face. And so, yeah. What a mess. Wow. Well, he won't answer the phone. We understand he still works for FedEx, so we know he has income coming in for that. He has this business. This looks like this is probably one of those marriages of convenience as well. You know, he gets to have a business. Okay, so somebody asked me if he has a business license. Let's check it out now, because I keep telling you guys, before you do business with people, it is incumbent on you, the customer, to do some due diligence. It is easy as pie to find out if someone has an active business license. If someone does not even take the time to, get a business license and put that in place, rest assured that chances are they are not going to do anything by the book. All right, so let me just see here now if I can, let me see, somebody sent me his social media account. Let me just have a look here. So everybody now, this is what happens. People come out with the full shebang and all the parties involved because, people listening to the show. He conned a lady by doing the exact same thing. People are reminding me now that he was in the show before. I didn't even put it together, to be honest. But yeah, same fella. My goodness. Who just sent me his social media account? Resend it for me so I can pull him up again. Let me see here now. Resend that for me, honey child. Let me see if I can find that Facebook page again. Damien. I'm trying to find where I just had it. I wanted to have a look at the name of the business again. What was it called? One Stop? Okay, let me pull up the DCI list. Let me see here. All right. Oh, hold on. Not so many messages. I'm trying to keep up here now. This is him going where? He handing out stuff to what is this? He handing out gift bags to people? Davian. But Davian living large, man. But he's such a humble person. No, sir. Wow. Davian traveling the world, taking trip. Where is this trip? In the Andes, looks like somewhere about with some indigenous folks. Part of UCCI, something international business practicum. So he went on trip. So he's a student at the college as well. Oh, he went to Panama, living his best life. Davian. Okay. Yes, sir. I see you there, Davian. Wow. Well, it looks like from the photos I've just seen, Davian is living his best life, traveling to Panama, looking all dapper. Let me show y'all, boy. The man always look fresh. You can live your best life, but you can't do it at the expense of other people. This is where I keep telling you all, this is where it becomes a fraud. This is where you are living a fraudulent existence, and you guys really must stop it now. Damien traveling all over Panama, all over the world, living his best life, but he's not in these streets owing people money. I'm trying to remember the company name so we can look it up. Give me one quick second here. My goodness, young man, you need to do better.
So he was calling me just now, but
yes, call him and answer the phone. Put him on the live.
Yeah, but he's asking me where can we meet. So I tell him
Tell him you can meet right now on Mall Road.
I tell him Savannah gas station.
See him here. Always looking good. So all of a sudden now you come on Mall Road, he can find your money.
Yeah.
And it better be the full 6. It owes you 5,700 left.
Right.
Well, it better be the full 5,700 here today.
I tell him that.
Living his best life, boy. No, sir. I mean, this dude is something else. And again, now that we know he's been featured on the show before, I have to wonder how many other victims are out there. You know, that's the logical question. How many other people is he doing this to? While he's leaning up against a Mercedes, talking about he's living his most humble life, which I don't believe for a second. You know, come on now. Lord, keep me humble. I pray, amen. What you need to be praying for, Davian, is for the Lord to keep you honest. There's something to be said for honesty. And it looks like you don't have an honest streak in your body. And so now look at you. You got everybody around you and their life being highlighted because of your shenanigans. Wow. Let me see what else people are saying here. Oh, yes. Thanks for the link again. So the name of the company is, hold on one second now. And you know, his church people need to rein him in too. Talking about he's Seventh-day Adventist. They better talk to him because this is not becoming of church people. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not very Christian-like. Church people, oh, they run the gamut for ridiculousness. One-stop auto sales and rental. So y'all, you hear that company? Under no circumstances should you use that company. But let's see if they have a one-stop auto. Let's see if they have a business license. All right, let's look at it here. One-stop auto. No business license as of this time. Let me see now. We'll search by his name because I keep telling y'all now there's a way to do this, and I'm trying to teach y'all to always verify, triple check, cross check, do your homework. Did you think, sir, to look up Mr. Davian to see if he had a business license?
No, ma'am, and this is the thing. I trusted the female too much. That's one of the reasons. Because she said it was her link and her friend, so.
Well, this is the business license list, and I don't see Davian or One Stop on here anywhere. Now, unless he has it in somebody else's name, there's One Stop Restaurant. Oh, hold on. My bad. There's a One Stop Car Rental. Kayla Davidson. Oh, it's in Mama's name. There you go. So it's in his mom's name and not his name. So it's Kayla Davidson trading as One Stop Car Rentals. He also has start to finish maid and janitorial team. Now you see, Kayla has quite a few business licenses, actually. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She got more than Andreas Butte, who we're going to be talking about here in a second. So this is interesting. Huh. You're about to get your mother in trouble, son. El Ray says, isn't it exciting when you're digging and strike gold? I tell you, without fail, these people always tend to have a very long history of shenanigans. people don't normally just wake up at his age and start being dishonest and stealing. When you get to the bottom of it, you find out that these people have been stealing for a very long time. They have a ridiculous reputation for stuff. Al Ray says, JG Wentworth, them people need them funds now. Oh gosh, let's take a quick commercial break. Over 500 people on the live stream. Big shout out to Burger King and Popeyes for sponsoring today's program. But yeah, this is very, very unfortunate. Davian, you better find that man money today. The Department of Environmental Health has announced that the November bulk waste collection schedule has been replaced by one in the month of May, starting with West Bay, May the 1st through the 6th. Please note that following West Bay, there will be a Georgetown bulk waste collection from May the 8th through the 13th, and then Bordentown from May the 15th through the 20th, followed by Northside and East End from May the 22nd through the 27th. Stay tuned to this platform for more bulk waste scheduling information.
The annual business surveys being conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office, ESO, are ongoing. The surveys run from April 11th to June 16th, 2023, and collect information to answer questions like, how did the economy perform in 2022? What is the value of the income received from the rest of the world in 2022? Your response matters. Fill out and return your surveys to the ESO. Remember, better data, better decisions, better business. For assistance, visit www.eso.ky or call 244-4600 or 244-4676.
Ocean Ridge Heights offers an amazing opportunity to own a piece of land in idyllic Cayman Brac, right on the bluff, starting from $80,000. Located in a quiet residential area with high elevation, these lots are ideal for a future home or investment property and are sure to go fast. Cayman Brac offers a laid-back lifestyle, amazing pristine diving, limestone caves, diverse flora, along with amazing wildlife. Inquire about the owner financing options so that you can secure your piece of paradise today. With only a few lots remaining, these are sure to go before you know it. Contact Crichton Properties today on 345-949-5250 or info@crichtonproperties.com.
Honey, you remember to bring your lunch, right?
Oh, come on. You know I wouldn't.
Seriously?
Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Popeyes to the rescue again.
Mommy, I prefer this to your chicken anyway.
Oh, no, you didn't.
K-Man doesn't just like that chicken. We love that chicken from Popeyes.
My goodness, my phone was blowing up during the show there. So during the commercial, wow, unbelievable. Just everybody seems to know a bit about this young man, and it's Strong Will says call FedEx and expose him damn teeth. Jab D says I think he might be watching the show, so he won't answer. Sue says too many in the church. Aliano says like how Sandra can uncover all the dirt and immigration can't.
Yes, Sandy, I think he watching the show because he messaged me. Tell me to meet him I tell him to meet me at Savannah.
You driving there right now?
Yeah, I'm driving there right now.
Yes, keep it on the phone so we can hear the transaction, because somebody said you probably shouldn't go alone to meet him because who knows what shenanigans he might be up to. But we want you. We want to hear you. I'm not afraid, man.
We
want to hear you counting all $5,700 of your money, and make sure not no fake money too. Make sure you feel it good.
I think about that too.
Yes. So we'll hang on the line while you drive there. Wow. No, sir. Dirty nasty. Life says Binks. Stacy says, what a bangarang, and Andre voice, my dear. Andre would be like, unbelievable. Ay, ay, ay. Snakes only shed their skin to get bigger, but never change for better, says Siobhan. El Rey says, keep your friends and enemies close, but even more, keep your money closer. Yes, child. Don't mix the two. Let me tell you something. Some of these women just trying to use you too for what you have and vice versa. So you have to be very careful when you enter these so-called romantic relationships. They just looking, maybe she was trying to be your next wife, you know? So you have to be careful. I tell you. Just reading some of the comments. Jab says you better change your lawyer. I
am going to because since I emailed him all what happened, I don't hear nothing from him.
Well, after today, you're not gonna need him anyway.
That's like over 3 weeks now.
Yeah, you're not gonna need him after today.
Just to find out that that's the lawyer he used in his case.
Yeah, he Alejandro says was listening on the radio and the gig is up. Christianity not real anymore. Alejandro, were you listening to your little pocket radio that you got from CMR? By the way, we should have some more hopefully coming next week. So I'll let you guys know once they're here. Those of you who are already on the list, we'll go through the list and put those together. KK laughs and says Sandy can be your lawyer. Child, I tell you what, we certainly get some results. Enough of y'all gonna be saving money on lawyers and debt collection fees because, you know, once you put them on CMR, they seem to be able to get their act together. The only one that we can't seem to get sorted out is that Barnes guy. We're gonna get an update soon from his victim. He's still out $3,000. So we're gonna get an update maybe this week from him to see what the situation is there. So what a mess. Damien is here. Good morning, Damien. K-Man Detailing says, where is the picture? Show his picture. Oh, yes, we showed it already. But let's show you again for those of you who may have missed it. So he likes to live his best life. This is him posing off in front of a BMW, saying, Lord, keep me humble. I pray, amen. There's another one. He went from dance hall to suits and ties and stuff and saying that he's cleaned up his life, all thanks to the good man above. And it seems to be very superficial, though. He's looking good, but that heart still seems to be rather dishonest. And it's unfortunate. He's the FedEx man. This is a trip to Panama with the college, living his best life. Only K-Man boy. Magdalene says that they went last week. Not sure if they're back yet. Well, he must be back because he seems to have the money now. So he clean. It's so funny he could get the money this quick.
Yeah, exactly. Funny.
You make sure that I'm Monopoly money, child. Jim says to make sure you meet in a public place and record him when you get your money. You at the gas station now?
Yeah, I'm at the gas station now, but I don't see him yet. Yeah.
You're not there yet. Come on, Davian. Forward. Bring the man his money. Aliana says, hold on, I need another cup of tea. Marva wants to know which Seventh-day Adventist church he attends. Let me see now. Because he's even preaching. He's not just attending, my boy, preaching at the church. And I see him advertising his rentals and stuff. Now we know that he's actually not the one who owns the business. So that does make me question about this whole business license situation as well. So this church is Savannah Seventh-day Adventist. So he lives in the Savannah area or what?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know where the guy lives.
He says, when God calls, I will answer. Well, God calling you, to be honest, honey child. Can you try that for a bit? That's important. That's the biggest thing, honesty and not taking advantage of other people. Jav D says you can't be too soft for your money. Where you work for, brother. Yeah, everybody, listen, people earn it. These streets not easy to get money. So you can't just be giving it away. Brawling says Ween. Ray says tell him that's not the picture of the money before you drive to the location. Curtis, good morning. Says if he's calling and have your money, go get it then, bro. Well, let's see. He's there waiting.
Tell me something. Bless. If you have some money, you can check it and know if it's real or fake. You know if you check it? No, somebody, if I'm drop off some money, give me.
Yeah, ask him if they got one of those pens.
You have the pen thing where you can. As soon as me get it, I come check it.
You message him and ask him where he at. We not got all day now. Tell him to get moving.
All right.
No, sir. Thieves everywhere you look. What a mess. FedEx man. Links broke. Miss Elsa, good morning. Dorothy, how are you? He should get the police to go with him. They're not no use to nobody, honey child. They tell you it's a civil matter and they can't be bothered. That's what they tell you. Marshall says it's crazy when the whole family are a bunch of scammers. You mean to tell me that one couldn't come out a little half decent? No, sir. Jav D says him usually collect money in his mother and in his name, but now him a collect it in Jesus' name. Shaking my head and trying to make sure that Jesus is share. Everton says, I think it's ridiculous when you guys allow one person to have that many business licenses or permits, whatever it is. What happened to all the people? Share the wealth. Don't be greedy. Well, I mean, just because you have a business license, Everton, that does not mean that it's a profitable business that you're making any money, to be clear. Normally, when you have people with that many business licenses, it's quite the opposite. Because the truth be told, you can't focus on 6 and 7 businesses one time. Like that's people who just throw up a business license just to say they have a business license to take out permit for people. And this is where I think that, the government needs to be paying a little bit more attention to the situation. I'm just saying. Doesn't mean they're profitable, honey child. El Rey says non-deliverance 7-day Adventist. Most likely the one by the hospital. No, Savannah. Strong Will says, hey, Sandy, what about the guy from Public Works? Did Richard get his money back for that truck? Oh, you know what? I need to make a note of that one. Oh, boy. Poor Richard. I need to try and follow up with Richard. You know the thing about him? I actually have an update on him. Let me follow up with Richard because I'm going to bring y'all an update on that one. Can I tell y'all? I hate to say that people don't change because, we all want to be given the benefit of the doubt that we can do better in life, but some people don't change. Let me get my pen, honey, because when y'all hear the latest about him, y'all gonna be shocked. I hear Zeus out there barking. I told y'all I got a new puppy. His name is Zeus. We're potty training him now, having to show him some tough love, honey child. I'm gonna take out my little notepad and write down some notes here today. Yes, I need to follow up with Richard and then Lorenzo. Poor Lorenzo. I don't know if he can get his money back from that Barnes fella, another thief. Answering. When did he say he come in, sir? Anytime soon? Using 10% from the church to pay him. Bangarang, says Dorothy. Sandy, the bounty hunter / debt collector. Hellray says I can hear the virtual holding of breaths when we start calling him. Benji, good morning. Says, oh crap, Miss Sandy, I guess that means you closer to God than half of them laughing out loud. Child, I'm not even going to profess that because they just ridiculous. Strong Will says, Sandy, you're the best. You should be an investigator. Good job. Kimberlyn, good morning. Says, funny enough, his TikTok is all about God. I swear you could watch his videos and be anointed. Wow. Kimberlyn, those, I'm telling you, those are normally the ones, just like the school teacher and the exorcism going all out. Those are normally the ones you gotta be careful with. They're pumping on the gas a little bit too hard for Jesus, which means that in most instances it's fake. You know, you can't be trusting that. Alejandro says you can hold a flashlight up to the bill. I'm not sure them fake ones have advanced.
Yeah, I calling him, but he not answering. I message him and he not reply. So
does this sound like a wild goose chase?
Possibly.
First of all, since Kayla owns the business, let's call Kayla on the phone. Kayla, let me see what Kayla's number is now. Anybody have Kayla's number? Kayla. Where's Kayla's number? Somebody send me Kayla's number. Let's call the mama, because clearly she's the business owner, so she's ultimately responsible. This person says, morning, Sandy. I know that guy. He works as a FedEx as a courier, needs to be brought up to CMR light. My wife almost fell into this game, but it did sound too fishy to me. So I say to her, don't even think about it. Don't even think about falling for that. He used to work for Sprint before FedEx. So thank God you were smart enough to not fall for it. Makes me wonder how many other victims bought in town at Lookout Gardens. Oh, that's where he lives? He's not going to come. He did me the same thing with my bus. Wow, so many victims. So now we have a bus. We have Nosa. Oh, wait, yeah. All right, we have Kayla's number. Let's call Kayla on the phone this morning. Kayla, you're the business owner, you know, so your son is going to be getting you in trouble. You sit there. And I'm going to talk about these parents and their children here in a minute this morning as well. That's my next subject coming up, because we got to talk about Andre and his fridge. Everybody said his refrigerator looks like Jeffrey Dahmer. Kayla.
Hi, it's Kayla. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
Miss Kayla, it's Sandy. Where are you? Come out, come out, come out. Oh, good morning. I need to talk to you. Oh, Lord, y'all just can't stop. All right, this person says, I heard the mother's in court as we speak for leasing a property in West Bay and then stopped paying mortgages and fees, but didn't want to move out. If I'm not mistaken, she's the same one that brought in Spice. Next person says, oh gosh, so many messages coming in, you know. Bawden Town, Lookout Garden. Yes, that's where he lived. Okay. All right, let me see this one. This person says, I'm ashamed of education department. The bullying in the schools are out of control and nothing is being done. The bullies are getting away and the children who are being bullied are being ostracized. Trust me, it's really bad. Wow. Unbelievable. She has your number saved from time she was on your show. She's not going to answer the phone. Oh, Lord. No, sir. Whew, what a mess. I tell you. This person says, and I got CMR to keep me vigilant. Start to finish construction. So, her construction business in court too. Y'all sending me the very court documents this morning. OMG, April 20th, she was in court. Let's see what she was in court for. Failure to pay public holiday times 31. You don't say. I feel hungry this morning, Miss Stacy. All this just got me starving. I might need a little scrambled eggs and can I get some scrambled eggs and turkey bacon, please? And a little piece of plantain. Wow. I keep telling you all, you do something, you put your business out in the streets. What ends up happening is it's not just Davian business that's on the streets today. It's the mama business. It can be the wife business, the dog business, the papa business, the very cockroach living in the corner of your house. His business soon be out in these streets too. So still no show yet?
No, ma'am.
Wow. Message him and ask him what part of the island he coming from. If he had to build a mall road to get to you.
You know, answer. You know, even reading the message.
Olive says, I hear you preach almost every day about these so-called business owners, and there's nothing being done about it. I wonder how many people benefiting from some of those scamming businesses. Well, you know, I keep saying that government and the police need to crack down. Now, here's the thing about it. The police need to do a better job. If you scam one person, I could potentially understand how people can say, oh, well, maybe that's just a civil matter. When it's person after person after person after person, this becomes another Judith Douglas. That is obtaining property by deception. It is fraud. It is theft. And that is not a civil matter. That is a criminal complaint. A one-off dispute might be, and even then, just because it's one-off doesn't mean that it's not theft. It can be, but I mean, the police might have a little bit of an argument there. But the police just too easy to want to push it off and don't want to do their job. That's the biggest issue I have.
Exactly my point. When something worse happened, then you hear that, oh, you're wicked. You know? And they're the one leaving it in the hands of people.
Yep. Same thing with Judith Douglas. The first 4 victims that went to the police on that Sunday afternoon, the police keep saying, oh, no, we're not getting involved in that. That's a civil matter. It was after I emailed the commissioner and I said, sir, with all due respect, by my accounts, it's 25 plus victims. Are you kidding me? This is theft, obtaining property by deception at the highest scale. And this woman has a track record for it. Come on now. Then all of a sudden, yes, they could arrest her and then have her charged. Them too slack. Jim says that business licenses are far too easy to obtain. And I hate to say it, Jim, because, you know, I'm a small business owner. You don't want this situation to be any more difficult and you have to pay all these hefty fees. But at some point you see where people are actually taking advantage of, you know, the goodness of the government for even, you know, allowing us to only pay the filing fee. So I think, yes, I think what they need to do is they need to start asking questions of these so-called business owners. You have 7 businesses. How on earth can you have 7 businesses and really be paying attention to any of those? What I'm going to do for a second, callers, I'm going to pull you out while you're waiting on Damien. Yes, I'm going to keep an eye on the WhatsApp messages. Just WhatsApp me if he shows up or if he says he's coming, okay?
All right, Mom.
I'll still keep you in the background, but I want to move on to talk about another hot mess of a situation this morning with Andre Espute. This is another one. Talk about he has 6 business licenses and he must be some kind of millionaire. All right, let me pull up my receipts on this one, because once again, this is another ridiculous situation, right? That we as a community allowing to happen. Everybody's sitting back, listening to this mess. And as Silverback Gorilla said, he trying to say that I am somehow, got my information twisted and got it wrong. Andre, I'm going to call you out to be what you are this morning. You're a person with a drug problem and you're a liar. So let us set the record straight. I do have to take a bathroom break, though. I've just realized while I'm downloading all this stuff. Hold on. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. So allow me to take a quick commercial break. And then after this, we're going to pull up. Let me pull up all my receipts in. Hold on now. I need to organize my receipts, honey child. We're going to go ahead and pull in Andre Espute here now and set the record straight on him, because these people, they be trifling with me, and I tries to give people an opportunity, every opportunity to get their lives together, because, as a fellow Caymanian, we don't want to see anyone go down this road. I want y'all to be successful. I'm not that person. I'm not the person here begrudging anybody. If you got it going on and you're trying to do right by people, believe me, I'm going to be your biggest supporter. Now, what you don't do is you don't lie on me, because y'all know how I feel about liars already. And I keep telling y'all, don't play around with me when it comes to lying, because I can't stand a liar. And most importantly, y'all be thinking that people are stupid when you're lying. And that's not a very smart move on your part, because we're not stupid. We just be trying to give you an opportunity. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and I'm going to be right back after these beautiful messages.
Get your taste buds ready, because Taste of Cayman is back. Join us May 13th at Festival Green, Camana Bay. Eat, drink, and dance the night away. Taste of Cayman offers the very best of Cayman's food and drink scene, with plenty of music to keep the party going. Get your festival tickets online today at tasteofcayman.org or call 623-6700. Brought to you by the Cayman Islands Tourism Association and sponsored by AI Rentals, Camana Bay, DMS Broadcasting, and numerous valued partners.
Are you tired of overpaying for TV services? Can't figure out VPNs? Constantly missing your favorite TV shows? And no access to the good stuff on streaming services? The frustration is real, but it doesn't have to be. Contact Roque, Cayman's streaming pros. We'll put you back in the driver's seat in front of your TV. Call, WhatsApp, or message Roque today on 926-1213. Roque is not a TV service provider. Terms and conditions apply.
The Cold Hard Truth is Cayman's #1 talk show since it debuted in March 2020. According to independent research, we are the most listened to talk show in 2021, and most people prefer us to any other options on island. We tackle tough issues some days, and other times have fun and lighthearted discussions. But most importantly, the Cold Hard Truth is here for you. Thank you for your support as we continue to be the voice of the people in 2022 and beyond.
Welcome back. Thank you so much. Had to make a quick run for it. All good. We're all good. So listen now, folks. Yesterday, someone was sending around a video asking for some assistance for Andre Espute and his family. Basically, he said the fridge is empty. He's hungry. Don't have no food in the house, and looking for help. So, I listen to me. I have been aware for some time now that this situation with Andre is not as it appears. Quite frankly, he is another scammer, another con artist, and he's always been one. It's just that he's been one that because he's a Caymanian and he has a business license, we allow him to get away with it. Okay, you're kind of doing your own little hustle, whatever. Just do your hustle, right? The problem now, folks, is that his hustle has not only become dishonest and a really, really big problem. There is also now allegations, and very, very firm. Let me clear this up. Very firm allegations of drug use and abuse in the mix. Okay, let me try to break this down for you. You are a narcissist. You are a user, allegedly. You always out in these streets trying to pretend and live this lifestyle that is quite fake and fraudulent. And Caymanians, maybe like, whatever. We can kind of turn a blind eye to a lot of foolishness. When Caymanians start saying, wow, ringing off my phone, Sandy, did you see so-and-so riding on a handlebar? She looks like she's a crackhead. These are the exact words that people are calling me on the phone and messaging me. Have you seen Andre? He looks like he's on crack. What's going on? And I'm just like, I don't know. When you have people that he has given money to, right, contacting me and saying, I need to talk to you. I want to go on your show. These people are ridiculous. They've taken my hard-earned money for rent, and then they're not paying rent. They haven't given me the accommodations. They haven't paid the rent. This one particular, she was supposed to be a tenant. She has been waiting around for a long time for her money, and she can't get her money all now. And this not just today. From last year, I believe it was, someone contacted me saying, help me get my money back from these people. And I tell y'all, I'm a very fair person. People can say whatever they want about me, but they can't say that I'm not a fair person. The first thing I did was reached out to the parties. And I said, listen now. Sorry. Hi, good morning. Who is this? Oh, Davian, let me call you. Oh, you want to go on air? Okay. All right, Davian. Answer that call. You're going to be on air now. All right. All right. Davian grew some balls. Davian?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, morning, Miss Sandra. This is the second time. I wasn't going to call in. But this is the second.
It's best you call because
definitely. This is
your name in these streets like running water.
One second. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is the second time.
By the way, 1 second, Davian. Before you start, are you on your way to give the man his money or not? Because he's waiting for you.
One second.
All right.
1 second. 1 second. So let's talk about the situation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the person that you say that I owe money for, okay. So I ordered he and someone in prison was having a relationship.
Yes,
outside of his outside of his
he told us about that already.
Outside of his marriage.
All right, but that not got nothing to do with you.
The person, one second, Miss Sandra. Can I speak 1 second?
All right.
I'm telling my side of the story.
Okay.
The person came to me and ordered a car.
Mm-hmm.
2 cars, not a car. 2 cars.
2 cars. So I ordered the car, Miss Sandra. However, listen to me. He came back to his wife. He came back. Him and the girl in prison get back to leave each other. And this gentleman went over to his wife back, and then there were some discrepancies. The person that ordered the car from me said that I shouldn't give this gentleman the car because he and his wife.
And the person is Crystal Aiton.
No,
Since
we're
we're
not
going
going to
to
call
be vivid,
anybody names.
we
We're
are
not going
going
to
to
call
be
it.
vivid. We are
Miss
going to
Sandra?
be vivid. Crystal
Miss
8-time
Sandra?
prison officer.
1 second. So, however, I went back to Mr. Nolan that we're seeing here, and we met up. I had the money in an envelope when we met up the first time.
Sorry,
and I said,
Davian, 1 second. I just want you to pause for a second. If somebody, did you receive the $6,700?
yes, I went back to Mr. Nolan. Miss
How can
Sandra?
you, pause for 1
Miss
second.
Sandra?
No, just 1 second. I'm going to let you speak, but just answer me this one question.
Mm-hmm.
How can somebody give you $6,700 and then another person tell you, don't give them the car, the product, whatever that they paid you for, and you not return their money in full? It's either
Listen to me, Miss Sandra. Okay. So I went back to Mr. Nolan a couple weeks after with the $6,500.
Oh?
Mr. Nolan and I met up, and he spoke to me vividly and said that, here what? Don't follow this lady. I'm gonna need the car. And and I have the money in front of him to give him the money, and he said that he's not gonna take the money, he's going to need the car.
All right, pause right there. Sir,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
part of the story, he brought you back your money to give you and you didn't want to take it, is what he's saying.
All right, we had a long discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he stated that if he give me back the money, it's gonna mash up his business. And I am stating to him that if I take back the money in my hand is gonna mash up. So I need the car to start my business. So we both agreed on our mutual circumstances. Why I said that I wanted the cars, and his business was gonna set back. So I was actually looking out for him as well as looking out for myself, which he agreed to do.
Yes, Miss Sandra.
Yeah, so Davian, you agree that is what took place?
Yes.
All right.
So the money, listen. So that's why there's always a good thing to talk about both stories.
Yes.
And that specific night, the money was there. And Mr. Nolan and I agreed that, we're going to move along with the transaction. Okay? There is some hold up with the car in Jamaica, Miss Sandra. It's not I don't have control over that. I vividly spoke to Mr. Nolan and said, Mr. Nolan, we can bring up the car a little bit faster. If we pay something extra to some person to send up the car. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Nolan said to me that he don't have any more money. He's going to wait. Miss Sandra, I'm not lying in front of him or behind him. Because I don't need to lie. I don't need to lie to anybody. I disgrace myself. I wasn't going to call enough, but I'm calling because of how the situation is.
Because one thing I must say, right? Separate and apart from this situation with this particular individual, your name keeps getting called up with this same car business.
Miss Sandra, listen, this is a car business. People are going to say what they're saying because the transaction is going to take a little bit longer time than it's taking. I'm not telling you it's a perfect business. I don't have control over the cars when they're coming up, how fast they're coming up, when my supplier send the car, when the car reach to the port. So all I'm doing is waiting for the car to reach island. All I have to do is I'm just relying on my supplier to tell the person what is going on. My supplier said the car is coming in 2 weeks. If he don't send the car, I don't have control over that. There's many times I order cars in January and I don't get cars until April, May. It's because of how the business is. Okay.
All right, Mrs. Hill.
Hold on. Let him respond to that.
So if it reaches a stage, right, where you're bringing me back and forth, and I'm tired of it, and I decided that I want my money. I don't want to go through with this transaction. Why is it so hard for you to give me back my money?
Okay, understood.
You can keep the cars. You can keep the cars and sell and make a profit. I don't
have any problem. Sandra, hear what happened. Hear what happened again. So this gentleman now, one of my friends, he's his cousin. Okay.
Which gentleman? This one on the phone?
Mr. One of my close friends is his cousin.
Okay.
So I went to his he called his cousin and said that there's some business transaction between this person and between me and him, and however, get the situation dealt with. His cousin reached out to me, Miss Sandra, and said that to me. Hear what? You know, say he's a good youth. You know, say this, and I'm not telling you, I'm not perfect, in Miss Sandra. Everybody in Cayman Island has their things that is going on. Okay. Nobody is perfect. Everybody on this thing might be saying, hey, everybody has their things in their closet. I'm just trying my honest to do whatever I have to do. And this is how life is. You understand? I have my fair share of ups and downs on this island. And this is the reason I call this time, I have my fair share of ups and downs on this island. I'm not trying to do nothing bad. Everything that I'm trying to do is illegal. But however, there may be some hiccups. There may be some ups and downs in the process. You understand what I'm saying?
Is this some feelings therapy?
Me and Mr. Nolan. Yeah, me and Mr. Nolan.
Or this is a case where you should give me back my money and we just part
business transaction. Nolan.
All right, let him speak. Let him speak. All right.
Yeah, me and Mr. Nolan met up with the gentleman. Yes. With the gentleman that he called his cousin. So
I never met up with you and my cousin. Stop telling lies.
No, we spoke on the We spoke on the phone. Sorry. We spoke on the phone. Sorry. So his cousin said to him, Nolan, hear what? Remember, bro, you gave this man the money to order the car. Remember, Ms. Sandra, I never charged Nolan a sourcing fee. I never charged him to source the car. I never charge him to bring in the car or anything. I charge him the regular price of the car. So I would make...
One second for me. We have a caller joining the program. Hold on 1 second. We're going to join everybody together. Caller, do you have a question or comment? Because Davian's story might be kind of long still. Yes, ma'am.
So, based on the fact that the vehicle is already set, you cannot cancel a transaction once a vehicle has already been sent. It's just like when you go on B Forward or one of the Japanese sites and you pay the money for the vehicle. Once it's shipped, that is your car. You can't when you're halfway.
Well, it's not your car if it's not in your hands.
So and I don't have this is the thing. This is the thing. I don't have any documents.
Who is ordering the car is the company. So it's the company's car. It's not the guy who was giving him the $6,700 car yet. It can't be his car until he gets legal possession of the car.
But then what does he have in his policy in regards to after a vehicle has already been shipped?
Well, what would normally happen? Yeah, what would normally happen in the world of business is that if you, as the business owner, have a delay, and I'm a business owner, so I understand very well how this works, right? I don't get into cars.
Because it takes sometimes 4 to 6 months for a vehicle to reach here.
First of all, you need to communicate that properly to your clients, okay? So he's saying that there's all kind of supply and demand issues, blah, blah, blah. Nolan, at the time that he got your $6,700, did he ever tell you that? Did he ever say to you, it might be a problem getting you this under 6 months? It might take 6 months, 9 months, a year. Who knows?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And there was no written agreement either at the time when I gave him the money. I had to force this man to give me a receipt.
All of that is bad practice. But at some point, when the money, when the vehicle is not coming.
Miss Sandra, can I explain that part?
Yeah.
The reason Nolan didn't get an invoice. Nolan wasn't I never know Nolan from nowhere. He wasn't the one that gave me the money. He and the person was doing.
I gave you the money. I took the money out my pocket and gave it to Nolan. You. So stop telling lies, man.
Nolan. You and the girl came in the car. The girl is the one that I knew. I never knew you. So the transaction was done to a third party, Miss Sandra. But however,
so, when Nolan counted out the money, did he count the money and hand it to you, or did what a woman name?
We're not gonna call anybody name.
Crystal. Did Crystal hand you the money, or did Nolan hand you the money?
Crystal handed me the money.
I hand you the
because
stop telling lies, man. You're on here now, you. Everybody else.
Stop telling lies. Miss Sandra, I don't remember. Is it that Nolan or Crystal?
I cannot remember nothing.
Hold on. Put a little pin right there. You see, Davian, this is where you look less than honest. First you say it was Crystal. Now you say you don't remember.
Miss Sandra.
Which is it?
I was in I was in the van. Both of them met me up, okay, because I was delivering some packages. I'm not lying about who handed me the money, yes or no, because I'm not lying, because it was Nolan money, because Nolan was giving the person the money to buy the car. So the transaction was a third-party transaction.
Right, on behalf of Nolan, who's the ultimate consumer.
On behalf of Nolan, because you know what? Nolan and the person was having a relationship, and they were saying they were going to try a business together.
Whatever, that part of it is fine, but listen, I have a receipt here with Nolan's name on it, right?
Yes. So I gave him the receipt.
Your one-stop auto company sales agreement.
Yes.
This is your contract, sir?
Yes, I gave Nolan a receipt. So the 67, after we met up with the $6,700, I was gonna give back Nolan the money. So I gave Nolan I said to Nolan, you know what? We're gonna write up the contract because at the time there was some business. I gave him the receipt there and we moved along. So okay.
Listen. You didn't say you didn't take up and give it to me. I said to you, seeing that we're getting rid of the middle person, moving forward, I am going to need a receipt, which you agreed to.
Okay, all right. So no.
Straight, brother.
Okay, that's understood. That's so, Miss Sandra, moving forward a little bit now.
Well,
so,
I mean,
I came on.
You haven't really done yourself any favors this morning because your story kind of mixed up bad.
How is it my story mixed up?
Because you can't even remember what happened, and then you just said something just now that the man has just corrected you and said, no, sir, it never went so.
Miss Sandra, the receipt wasn't given on the same day. I gave Nolan the receipt when we met up.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, Miss Sandra, me and Nolan.
When did you get the money from Nolan? When you actually got the money, the original money?
We don't even remember the date, to be honest.
I don't remember the exact date, Miss Sandra.
I know the date, but the date is the 4th. I think it's the 14th of November, and the receipt was written for the 20th of November because we couldn't remember the date. But I went back in my phone, the WhatsApp messages, and find the date when we met up.
Agreed to meet up.
That's how I know. And he agreed to email Crystal the receipt. And when I wasn't getting the receipt, when I asked Crystal, Davian emailed the receipt, she said no. And then she WhatsApp me his number and said, you talk to him. So
all right.
all a part of this.
The bottom line then is the man car not come. At some point since November of last year, he then says, you know what? I can't wait any longer. I just want my money back. Why hasn't he got his money back?
So listen to me now, Miss Sandra. Listen, hear the situation going on.
Okay.
So there's always two sides to the story. Well, and if I'm a bad person, if I'm a bad person, you tell me I'm a bad person.
Right,
if I'm a good person, you tell me I'm a good person. Okay?
Let's don't tell you.
All right. So both Nolan and I were on the phone with one of his cousins. His cousin said to Nolan, say, Nolan, you what? You know how business is. You give the guy the money to order the car. And I like say, himself vivid. He say, you gave the guy the money to order the car. The car never come by the transaction turn around or something like that. Because I know the guy. I don't know Vivi what he said. So
right.
The guy, so Nolan and his cousin and I say, you know what, King, and no, I'm not calling the person. The person say, you wanna, bro, you want Nolan. You have to look into the situation based on say the money was given to order the car. It's not his fault why you guys are saying you want to buy the car because of all the transaction. So his cousin said to me, say, what say, we just give him back the money one time because remember, I never needed that car. It's not those cars that I needed. And when I buying cars, I buy different cars to sell for myself, okay? His cousin said to me the other day and say, what just give Nolan the money back piece, and me and Nolan on the phone with him and that. Thing and I met up, Miss I'm not calling anybody. The person I met up, Miss Sandra, I gave the person 1,000 to give to Nolan. Nolan got that money. Another time again was around a week after. I gave the
2 weeks after. 2 weeks.
He shared that with us already. But here's the thing.
Okay, so
he said he was not willing to take his money piecemeal. And
all right, so Miss Sandra, yes. So listen, I'm not trying to scam anybody. I know.
Miss Sandra, I send you everything. I send you all the voice notes, all the messages.
Yes.
And he would have stated in his voice note that my money is pocket change. 6,700 is pocket change, and he have more than that.
That's pocket
4
change.
times.
Did you
account.
tell him that was pocket change?
Miss Sandra, Miss Sandra.
Yeah.
This gentleman, even I don't ever gonna talk about some threats that was sent.
Yes, send her the threat. Send her the threat. Send her the threat. Send her the threat.
You owe me $600 to $700, and I had to chase you down for money, and you not pay it.
No,
you better believe. You better believe you might start to hear some BBC words from me and threats too.
I understand that,
Miss Sandra. Now,
I understand, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra, I understand that.
$700 is not easy to come by. You better find the money.
Yes, you have to understand in a business perspective also too. What I'm going to do with these cars when they come on the island.
But you're in the business. That's the risk that you're taking. You just said you're in a business that is not
common sense. Common sense.
I understand that.
So you must find a way to sell it. That is the business you're in.
Definitely.
If you don't want to take on the risk, then don't be in the business. There's certain
hot bread. Everybody wants one.
There's certain businesses, folks, that are too risky, and you should not take on the risk. Caller, you have a question or comment this morning?
I have both a question.
Sha, you probably don't even know where to begin. Go on.
Yeah. I am saying, I really want to know if these contacts with these people, everybody knows what's going on in the whole world, and Cayman is not excluded. Is it that a smoke screen is put over the minds of these people? Why don't they go to legitimate car dealers? You can go to Tony's Toys and get a car for $3,000.
Well, listen to me.
With a guarantee.
This is one of the things that the government, with the decision they made the other day of trying to curtail the age of these vehicles and whatever. This is one of the things that they're going to also curtail is these people, anybody can just set up an import business. There should be more required. They should require these people to have a bond on hand for when they set up these import businesses to make sure they have money available to pay people. If you go to the Monetary Authority right now and try to get a money services license, you have to have a certain amount of liquidity that you have to prove that you have money in the bank. The government needs to stop issuing licenses willy-nilly and crack down on this kind of foolishness.
It has to, and
that's
this
the problem.
Is the best way to shut these people down. There's always a way, because you're going to find rats finding any little crevice to crawl out of.
Listen, it is an area that is being abused, and it is the responsibility of the elected arm of government to pay attention and to close some loopholes. I agree with you, caller. Too many people jumping up and want to throw up any kind of business, and there's no real requirements in place.
Yeah, and we need to.
And people are being taken advantage of.
We need to wise up. Money don't come easy, and even if it did, those that get it easy are not.
One second for me, caller. We have another person. We're gonna just join everybody, so everybody can have their say. But yes, no, I mean $6,700 is by any stretch of the imagination a lot of money, and you can't trifle with people money.
So I could speak now. I could finish speaking now, Ms. Sandra.
Okay, hold on. We have one more caller. Since they're going to be a lot briefer than you, I'm just going to let them comment or ask their question. Caller, what's your question or comment, please? Hello, caller.
Yeah, good morning. Sandy,
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My question, a couple of questions I have is that the gentleman has a business trade license to do imports for vehicles.
It's in his mother's name, apparently.
Okay. One of the things is all it has to be simple is the fact that if he's, instead of going through the long circle and reading the whole Bible for the New Testaments to the Old Testaments and back and forth, is the gentleman going to get a refund? Is this a simple yes or no?
Let me tell you, Sir Caller, the gentleman.
I understand what you're saying.
Listen, the gentleman, I told him I'm going to meet him up today
I'm still here waiting. I'm still here at the gas station waiting.
Hold on. Davian, you told him this morning to go to the gas station and meet him. Why aren't you at the gas station meeting him now with his money?
Because I passed.
Okay, so
I passed. You know the reason I passed is because I passed his car in. But you see, I didn't know that he was going to. I have the money now, but because it is on a call with you, so I need to clarify myself too before I even.
You could go. Listen, Davian. Let me be very, very clear with you now, right? You could go to the gas station, hand the man the money, and still call and clarify yourself. You giving him his money back doesn't have anything to do. You clarify yourself, or you could stand there because he's obviously on the phone, and both of you can clarify it while you're handing him his money because now he needs to count it and make sure you're not giving him monopoly money.
The money would be given back.
One question. All I'm saying is saying to you, because the longer that you stretch this out, it's harder for you to get continuous customers.
Yes.
So my question is to you right now, so you don't mess up your mother's business since it's not your name.
That might already be too late, but anyway.
Right. And number two, you working under your mother, does you have a permission or on a work permit to work for your mother?
I'm not on a work permit.
Okay, but what are the factors? Are you on a business trade license or are you on an employee?
Davian, you married to Kimanian, right?
No, I'm not married, Miss Sandra.
You're not married? So
nope.
how are you doing this import business if you don't have a work permit for your mommy?
I do not have a work permit. I'm not married to a Caymanian.
So
but
how
I
are you
have
doing
my
this business?
I have my papers. I'm not married to a Caymanian.
Oh, you have your residency already?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So my question is, sir, and no disrespect, but the longer you prolong this, because I think a lot of people are getting bored of you going back and forth. I just want, before I hang up, yes or no? Are you going to pay the man back the money? Yes or no? Plain and simple. No, is this a yes or no?
Today was the day that me and Nolan was going to meet up.
Yes or no?
The money will be paid back. Okay?
No, but I need you to say yes or no. This is simple.
The money is going to pay back today.
So that would be a yes.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. That's all you have to say.
Yes.
Bro, you screwing up your business by prolonging this for so long. All you had to do is call up and say, Miss Sandra, tell the gentleman to meet me X, Y, and Z. I have a cashier's check for him.
I'm at the gas station waiting patiently.
I understand that, but I had to call. Listen, I couldn't go to Nolan. Based on Miss Sandra,
is Nolan still on the phone?
Hold on.
Yes, I'm still on the phone.
Yes, Nolan, listen.
Okay,
Davian,
Sandra, I have to hang up.
Yes.
But Nolan, I would suggest you, under my expertise, have him to go to the bank and get a cashier's check in your name. Do not take cash. That's all I have to say. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
I have the cash on you, David.
Sandra, I couldn't go to Nolan. Based on the amount of agility that is inside of me right now.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm saying.
All right, but this is what I need you to do. I need you to be a little bit more agile and understand that you can do two things at once. So the same time you're talking to me on the phone, you could be driving to Nolan to meet him at the gas station. So just make your way there with the man money.
I'm gonna give his cousin, because I can't.
No. My cousin. No.
Never give you the money.
Exactly.
Doesn't want nothing to do with it. You need to go and give Nolan the money, or CNB is right across the street. As the last caller said, that might be a good idea. Go to the bank, get a bank draft.
I think that's the best thing, Miss Sandra.
Get a bank draft, and you can even leave. Listen, Davian, take some advice from me. You can even leave the bank draft at the bank with the instructions that Davian will come and pick it up. Once he picks it up, or once it's ready, you message him and say, "Sir, I've left your draft at the bank. Go and collect your money." You understand?
Definitely.
You're making this too complicated.
No, I'm gonna do that, Miss Sandra. But
hold on one second, Miss Olive. Good morning, ma'am. You have a question or comment?
Hi, Miss Sandy. Good morning.
Morning.
I don't think it's a question or a comment. I'm just frustrated.
Yeah.
Listen to me, young man, Mr. Davian, whoever you want to name. You are a total disgrace. Let me tell you something, young man. I am a part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and you are bringing this the church name to disgrace. And I hope the conference is listening, so they can kick you out of the church because you don't belong there.
I think I've accidentally hung up on everybody. Hold on.
Done the argument. Why you keep on and go up the road, down the road? And furthermore, I think, suppose you are a Jamaican.
1 second.
I'm a Jamaican. Why don't you walk up and down all the while and disgrace on a country, on yourself and everything? Sir, I am so upset this morning.
All right.
Give the man the money and come out for the woman program.
I think I accidentally hung up on him, but let me try and see if I can get him back, because my fault. I was trying to answer a call and I think I might have accidentally hung up on Davian. Davian, you still there? No, man, I think I hung up on him. Thank you, Miss Olive. I mean, I think everybody's position is very clear.
Just come on, you make a mistake and you make a this and you make a that, which makes no sense. Give the man in money. And sir, and the
yes, ma'am.
When you Mr. Lord Nolan,
yes,
go
ma'am.
and go right by the Adventist, that's where the conference is, and go and report him ass over there.
I think all of them is hearing this now.
The line, because I'm confused about why I understand what he's saying, that he's upset and blah blah blah, but I'm a bit confused as to why he just doesn't go.
But Miss Sandra,
listen, yes.
Who's supposed to be more upset right now? Is it Davian supposed to be upset or me?
Trying to see if I can get him back on the line here. Yeah, that was my apologies. I was trying to pick up Denny's call and accidentally hit disconnecting everybody. Is he gonna answer the phone back again?
You have reached the voicemail.
All right.
I gave this man so much time to give me back my money. Like even my wife looking at me like, you're stupid.
Just give the man back his money. He should even call, since he want to call the program to whatever. I don't know what he was trying, but since you call, just simply say to the man, I'm making it public. Meet me by the gas station, meet me by the school, meet me by Foster, Savannah, meet me by the bank, wherever, and I have your money. And sir, don't trust those people. Them will probably him call the program for wait to get somebody for sure who you is, that's as him give you your money, them take it from you.
Yeah, get a draft, get a bank draft. All right, thank you so much, caller. We have some other people here on the line. Good morning. Let me see who came in first. And then we'll try Davian back, because we've given Davian some advice this morning. I don't know if he's going to take it, but we've got, let me see who came in first. Danny, I think you might have came in first on this last time.
That'd be me.
Oh,
morning.
Hi, morning.
Hi, hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
This gentleman, if you want to use the term gentleman, said he has his papers. To receive your papers, that's an honor and a privilege as far as I'm concerned. And people that come to this country for a reason. And when they're given those papers, they should live up to the title of earning those papers. This gentleman has not lived up to his utmost honor of having and carrying those papers. And as far as I'm concerned, Sandy, people like this, they should be revoked, whether you have your residency, a work permit, or status. And I've said it over and over and over again. People like this do not deserve to be here amongst the others. Have a good day.
Thank you, my dear. Danny, good morning.
Morning. I think when he goes to the bank is going to say, source of funds. And that'll be another excuse why he can't get the man his money.
Well, presumably he has a bank account somewhere. So he does. I'm not saying that he has to walk in there with cash. I'm saying everybody has a bank account these days.
If he claims that he has the money, and he was on his way to the gas station to give the man his money, I'm assuming he's giving him money in cash.
Yeah.
So you're not going to walk into the bank with $6,000 and you're going to say, oh, yeah, here you go. That's not what's going to happen.
I gave him a simple option as well. I gave him a simple option. I gave him my account number.
Demonstrate source of funds. You know what I'm saying? So if he can demonstrate sorts of funds, then it's not a problem.
Right. But I'm listening to the tone of this conversation, and it doesn't sound slanted in that direction to me. So what I would say is, if he gives them cash, what he does is take a video of all of the bills that he gave them, with him in the video, including him in the video, and that way he will have documented evidence of which bills he received and who he received the bills from. Plus, of course, you have your show, right? As a record that he is doing a transaction with him. But I don't think you want to give him another excuse
to not get the money today. Right, yeah. All right, caller. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
What a hot mess. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you today?
Not bad, dear. How are you?
Not bad either. I'm thankful for another day, but this is a subject that I don't know if it would link with what your subjects are this morning, but I have to repeat this. I must repeat this. There's an elderly lady. When I say elderly, she's 93 years of age, and she has. I've been talking about this for at least the last 3 years, and nobody listened, including our politicians down here in West Bay.
It sounds like it might be a little bit off topic, to be honest, because we have a gentleman on the phone who's trying to get his money back over a car. So
okay.
This doesn't sound like it's going to be related.
Important topic, but like you say, it's kind of off. So I'll wait until maybe another time.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to be speaking not today because I can see that we're going to run out of time, but on tomorrow's program, I'm going to be talking about NAU assistance with the elderly. So maybe we do have a guest scheduled to come in tomorrow, but maybe close to this time now, tomorrow would be a good time to call in.
Okay, I thank you, Sandra. You have a good day. Always a good show.
Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, dear. All right. So yeah, we want to kind of stay on topic just a little bit today, and I could hear that one was not going to be on topic. But let's see if we can reach Davian one more time to find out what the ultimate plan is now with this man's money. I mean, he was so anxious to come on the program, saying how he really needed to clear his name.
You have reached
and now when it really gets down to it with the man money and how he's going to pay the money, you know, as Marshall said, by you mistakenly hanging up the phone, it was his way to get out of the show and run. So, you know, he's not going to answer the phone again. I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? You just need to return the man's money. It's as simple as that. Ms. Kayla is the business owner, and I'm ultimately going to be holding her responsible. I mean, let's be very clear. I'm going to try her one more time. You need to get your son to pay this man his money. It's your business. You're the one who holds the business license. Listen to me, y'all be trifling with these children. I keep telling y'all, adults or not, y'all need to start putting your foot down. But everybody says the whole family crooked, so I don't know if one can tell the other one what to do. Might be a pot calling the kettle black.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, morning, sir. I'm trying to get a hold of Miss Kayla.
Speaking.
This is Miss Kayla.
Hello.
Miss Kayla.
Yeah.
Sandra here. How are you?
I am good, my love.
You're on the cold hard truth this morning because we're trying to figure out what's going on with your son. Oh, that's him on the next line. Hold on. Let's put everybody up on the phone one time. Davian?
Hey, sorry about that, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, may have your mommy up on the next line. Moms, talk to your son because he's messing up your business, this car business.
No, Mr. Andrew, nobody's messing up nothing, okay?
All right, well, talk to your mommy.
Listen, Mr. Andrew, mommy. No, we're not gonna have it. So, Mr. Andrew, nobody's messing up nothing, okay? It is all businesses. Business have its ups and downs.
Miss Kayla, your phone not been ringing off the hook this morning? Nobody not been calling you, telling you that your car business is on the phone?
My insurance guy called me and asked me what's going on.
Okay.
Listen, stop that. Miss Sandra?
Yes.
Miss Sandra?
Yes, sir.
It's all businesses, okay? Next thing, let me tell you. They weren't shipping no single cars.
Listen, at this point, all of that is car under the bridge.
Exactly.
All you have to do now is sort out how this man is going to get his money today.
I'm not thieving nobody. He will get his money, but here, this is what I'm going to do moving forward in business now.
Well, you need to do a lot.
I will never order a car for no one because of friends. Friendship
you're trying to run your mother's business is what it looks like, right? So you should always be very, very clear with your customers. Keep everything in writing. And ultimately, Davian, this is the bottom line. If it does not work out, even sometimes it is beyond your control, you have got to be in a position to refund the money. Now, you've made comments before to this man that money is no problem for you. You have the money. If that is the case, he should have had his money a long time.
Sandra, don't forget to say that I went to the gentleman to refund his money.
No, that was a different part of the transaction. You're trying to mix things up now.
No,
since then, listen.
Sandra, it's the same transaction.
No, but it's a different time. Since then, he has made it clear that he cannot wait any longer and he wants his money in full. You are aware of the terms. You are aware that that's the case because since then you gave him a $1,000 and then 2 weeks you want to come back and give him another little $500,000. The man said no. Me need all my money one time. He never gave you the money in piece, and me need it one time.
Right.
You understand? So the same way, Davian, Business 101, the same way you receive the money in one singular payment. If a refund is required, that is how you must refund the man money.
Just give him back. But David, did you order the car already?
Of course. Well, I don't know.
The car is ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Hear what?
That don't make a difference from the consumer's perspective. Now it's too late.
Exactly. The car is ordered. And people on this WhatsApp is saying, take away residency, take away that. What am I doing that is illegal? Am I stealing anything from anybody? People is talking about church.
Damien, the problem is this, right? When it starts to happen more than once, and I said it before, one time you could say, okay, maybe this is just a mix-up situation with these two guys and Ray. When you have multiple people, it's only this morning that my listeners said, but Sandy, this is not the same guy who the Filipino people come on. You have done this more than once. So the fact that you keep doing it over and over again.
Sandra, the first day you're this.
Miss Sandra, can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
You gave me the opportunity to sue that Filipino girl. Ask her when I could bring her on this phone. Ask her when I brought those allegations to my lawyer. Ask her how she begged me about that because I have a soft heart. I say, you know what? I'm going to let it. Hear what, Miss Sandra? Let me tell you about the next part of the story that you didn't know. That Filipino girl that you're talking about had my car driving, my rental driving, and everything. I gave her back the money. I sold her the Suzuki Swift and pay her the money. Then she went and called my name. After a couple of days that she got the money, I went to my lawyer. Vividly, Mr. Brady. I played the video in front of Mr. Brady. We were going to do a lawsuit against her. And I was going to do it, and she begged me. She even wrote me an apology letter. I have it right now. apology letter that I could send to you. Please, I'm asking you not to do anything. I know that I did wrong because I lied on you, and it's nothing like that. You could call her now on this. Miss Sandra, that same video, I could have called her from that same day. That same video allowed me to go to a lawyer to want to sue her for defamation of character.
Damien, I'm going to give you some advice, okay? I want you to listen very, very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. You're in the wrong business, my dear. Too much mix-up situation. You need to come out of this car business and simply leave it alone. That is not the right business for you. Every time you turn wrong, you got to be calling lawyers, and this one said that about you, and they're not getting the money, and car not coming, and blah, blah, blah. Leave the business alone. This is not the right business for you.
No, next thing, Miss Sandra, what you can do before you call person's name is moving forward. Get two sides of the story before you put up one side of the story.
The man has sent everything to show what he's saying is true, including your voice notes. The receipt, this is very simple, you know. I don't need to hear your meow, pa, part of the story. This is simple. The man has placed an order. Let me tell you how simple this is for me, okay? I am not into the mix-up. I've given you lots of liberty this morning to say all kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, none of it has made a difference. None of it matters. This is consumer, Davian, you listen, because you're not a good listener, okay? Listen very, very carefully. This is how it works. Transaction is made, you receive $6,700. That's not in dispute. There's a little bit of time there where you're negotiating with him. Crystal gets put out the picture, fine. That's not in dispute. He says, I'll give you more time. Deal with me directly. Try and get the vehicles here. I don't want the cash because I'm trying to start up a business. I really need the vehicles. He gives you more time and more time and time. Then he says to you, listen, Davian, time done, run out now. I can't wait no longer. I need my money back. It is at that point that the argument and the storytelling is done. All you do is find the man money and return his money in full. So your name not being called up in nothing that, you know what I'm saying? It's a very simple situation.
It is today. It's today we're supposed to meet to give back the money. And today,
when did you tell him? When did you tell him today you meeting him to give back money?
He sent me a WhatsApp message and he said that we're gonna do the transaction today. And then I said, okay.
I sent you a WhatsApp message. Brother, stop the line, no man.
You said you're giving me
Miss Sandra, I'm going to screenshot the WhatsApp messages that we exchanged recently and send it to you, show you that this brother is a liar.
Listen, Davian, I'm telling you right now, you're not doing yourself no favors. So hold on. Let us talk about this morning now. It's 10:07 a.m., okay? The bank is already open. You should be making your way to the bank.
That's why I'm telling you, Sandra, I'm on the phone with you because I'm talking to you. So I'm going to get off the phone.
Well, you can do more than one thing at the same time, you know.
Do the transaction, and then that's it, okay? I'll call you back in a couple minutes time, okay?
All right.
Sorry, I'm going because guess what? I don't want my name, and I don't understand why this is happening. I am right over there in Jamaica, and this is what's happened there now.
My dear, let me, Miss Kayla, let me give you some advice. You said you're in Jamaica?
Yeah, I came down for a funeral just now.
What you need to do is you need to bury this situation. You are the owner of the company. It's in your name. Let me be very, very clear with you now. From one business owner to the next. The business is in your name. If you are having your son work for you and manage the business, and he's out there doing this kind of foolishness in the streets, he's giving the business and yourself, by extension, a bad name. And you know how Cayman stay. The second Kayla Donaldson name call up, everybody say, oh, but Miss Sandra, she was just in court on April the 30th. Here's the cause list. She's not paying this and that and blah, blah, blah. Stop having your name called up in foolishness because of grown-ass kids. You understand? He has a job, make him go out there and set up his own business, get his own business license, and that will be his business if he's messing it up. Because right now, anything go down with this, who's going to be sued is your company, not your son. He'll be added to the lawsuit, but it is your company that is in the mix because you're allowing him, whether you know what's going on, you turn a blind eye, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're allowing him to run and operate and use your business, and ultimately it is your name trading as One Stop Car, Auto, whatever the heck it's called. So ultimately, you are responsible. So the advice that I would give to you, if you are not active in this business with your son, where you know everything that is going on, you make your son take over the business license and you come out of it completely. That's the best advice I could give you. And you should listen to it very, very carefully, especially since you already know that your name is in court with other stuff as it relates to employees and company mix up and whatever. That's all I got for you, honey child. Take it or leave it. Right, that's advice. All right, love. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Folks, y'all get mixed up in too much foolishness that could be avoided if you just thought a little bit about these things. Right? This is not the first time we've heard this company and Davian name being mixed up and stuff. And as people say, nobody would really blame FedEx now if they're like, well, what is this guy doing? Because now, by extension, he's a FedEx driver. It's going to be making FedEx look bad. He needs to get his life together. But in the meantime, we can't have him out in these streets taking advantage of hardworking people. And to be very, very clear, as you can hear the mix-up story and that this one and that one and this one relationship mashup, me not into none of it. I don't care. At some point, none of that matters. Get the man his money, repay him his $5,700, one payment, and cut it. Cut the talk. We heard so much talking this morning.
That's all I've been asking from him.
It's ridiculous. All right, sir, he said to give him a few more minutes and he's going to call back and confirm that the draft is ready or whatever. So I'm going to pull you back out of the studio. You just hang tight. I was about to discuss the situation with Andre. So let's move on to this other hot mess of a situation. I'm going to show you all a video and I'm going to try to wrap up the Andre story because we can't really go into overtime this morning because I think there's another show that comes on after this on radio. So I'm going to try to make this as quick as I possibly can, right? Cut to the chase, folks. Andre sent around this video yesterday.
Nada.
Unbelievably filthy nature of the man's refrigerator. In my entire almost 50 years of life, I have never seen a refrigerator look like that. Look, it's not even a refrigerator. Look how nasty the floor is. Look at the fridge. Somebody put on Instagram that looked like Jeffrey Dahmer refrigerator. Listen to me. Not even Jeffrey Dahmer probably had his refrigerator look like that. And that was a man that was cutting up body parts and putting them in the freezer. Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't even doing that, honey child. His place was probably spick and span, as neat as could be. This is nasty. This is disgusting. And their children, he's sending this saying, oh, me and my children are hungry. Brother, you another one that needs to get your act together. And this is not a situation strong. Will I saw people, oh, I'll come and clean your fridge. I'll come and clean for you. Y'all need to shut up. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. This is a person who has a drug problem. He look at that and he don't see that. What? Miss Stacy, I beg you some water because listen, you know, and I got no water left in this. Let me be very clear. You think if I could live and wallow like that, right? Never in a million years. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. I don't know what this is when you can be so filthy in life. But for you to take a video, this got to show you that this man not thinking it gotta be drugs. He can't be thinking straight. You're gonna take a video. This is a man who like to dress up, slick back hair, right? Must get moose to slick back hair, put on all these necklaces and a ring on every finger. Talking about he driving a $60,000 Audi to try to impress people out in these streets. People who know what you're all about and they're not business with you. But you could take a video of your own refrigerator looking like that and send that out to people. That means that you have no shame. Your mama never raised you right or something happened along the way. Because there is no way. Huh? I have one little dust in my corner and I'd be ashamed for anybody to even come and look at that. Look at the state of this refrigerator. I have never seen anything, and even leading up to the refrigerator, look at the floor. Are people walk around barefoot on that floor? Look at this. The refrigerator don't look like it's ever been cleaned. Because something don't get that nasty like that. Even if you're not cleaning your fridge every day, it don't get nasty like this. The dirt is kicked up. Look in the doors. This is how you're raising children? This, first of all, if you have children in the house, first, let me be very clear. Those children should not be in the house. That's my first concern. Under no circumstances should any children be living in this house. But it also says something about your children. That you could have raised them like this, where they would see a refrigerator like this and not even want to clean it themselves. You're raising children to accept this kind of behavior and to have no standards, but we can't blame the children. If that is all they know, that is all they know. It is the adults that are to blame here. This is beyond ridiculous. Seriously, who does this? Who takes a video of their quote unquote empty refrigerator? I mean, look at how slack this man is, right? The egg carton is empty and he can't even take the egg carton. He can't even take the egg carton out of the fridge and put it in the garbage. He leave the empty egg carton in the refrigerator. Now, you know that is just pure slackness. These are people who don't care about nothing. Look at the stains in the freezer. This is shocking. And if this is not an indication, you gotta want somebody to give you food. Let me try and understand this, right? You want someone to give you food so that you can turn around and put it in that nasty refrigerator? Y'all need to throw out the whole place, from not just the fridge. Everything need to be thrown out. This is shocking. Now, of course, Andre not got no sense, because he then starts to comment on social media, and sometimes you must just keep your mouth shut. I keep telling y'all, do not open your mouth and make your situation worse. Because when people see you talking foolishness, they're like, what? So here is some of what this brother had to say. Okay? First of all, he puts up his bank account information. Let me see if I can find that one. Begging y'all for help, saying that he's a single father of 3 and things are very hard. The helper cannot come as I have no money to pay her. What helper? Who you lying to, brother? Not no helper seen that house ever. Okay? So y'all need to, you need to stop lying to people, because I'm not quite sure who you think it is that you are fooling, but you're not fooling the good people of the Cayman Islands, because they have better sense than that. Someone said, oh, Sandy, he really needs help. Can you please, put this up that he needs this money? I said, put up that he needs money in his bank account. Are y'all for real? Yes, we have all had hard times. But you talking about you're a single father, and this is the best that you can do. Money ain't got nothing to do with this. Helper don't have nothing to do with this. You could keep your place clean despite being poor. How many of us didn't grow up poor in Cayman? But you weren't nasty. Poverty doesn't mean you're nasty. Poor people can keep whatever little quarters they have clean. This is not what that is. He looking money. He looking for y'all to come forward. and to scam him and to be scammed by him. Talking about he need money. The level of delusion is really quite shocking, right? So he said yes, he needs money. Well, my question is, he says everyone needs help at some time. It's hard now, but I'm hoping everything will work out. How can everything work out when the streets are talking about you into drugs so hard? Things not gonna work out for you if you don't change your life. A single father of 3, well, that's strange because just 2 days ago, I saw you posting that you and your wife are back together again for the umpteenth time. You need to understand that people are not going to fall for your foolishness. Now, when you out here being bossy and posting pictures on social media with you and your big time, oh, you know, I have jewelry, me going out for my birthday, me doing this, me doing that. Okay. You got laptops that you have up for sale. You have 6 businesses. You're selling this, you're selling that. You got big time necklace. Every ring must have a finger on it. You got all this gold around it. Dude, if you can have all those things, surely you can sell some of those things and you can feed your family and get your life together. Every time people turn around, you are managing to be out eating out. Casanovas, this one, that one. You are living your best life. Nothing wrong with that, except you can't be out here living your best life and begging people on the next hand for food, talking about you got a refrigerator that's empty looking like that. Now, let me be very fair to Barbara Connolly, and then I'm going to talk about the progressives. This man is a big-time PPM supporter. During the election, he went to Alric, told Alric, oh, I can't support you any longer because we now have a contract with the progressives. All right. And they were riding hard with the progressives. Oh, they're the best thing after sliced bread. We love Barbara. We love David. That's fine. You can love them all you want. To be fair to Barbara, Barbara has been helping him and helping his family with groceries. You see, I got eyes and ears all over the place, including Windsor Park. Yeah. This family down in Windsor Park, poor Barbara and her assistant trying to deliver groceries. And you know what Andre doing in the middle of the afternoon? Sleeping. There's a man who claimed he not got no money, and he is sleeping in the middle of the afternoon. Right? Somebody says, please mention that he has 2 big grown teenagers that could do some cleaning. Well, they have to have first seen the right example for them to know that that's the thing that you do. Children don't learn to be clean if they've never seen a clean house. And so this really makes me wonder what exactly these poor children have been growing up with. A lot of people should be ashamed about this situation, but the parents are the ones who need to carry the shame. Not the children, because I suspect, although yes, they are teenagers, and I'm sure they can look at it and tell it's something not right. Who knows the real level of dysfunctionality that these poor children are having to deal with? This is deplorable. This has been a man that is always concerned about his outward appearance more than anything else. The optics of how he looks to the rest of the world. Yeah. And Barbara and David and Progressive should have known better. They don't call this man Whitey down in Windsor Park for no reason. White is, you know, the white stuff, aka cocaine. And if that is your nickname, you need to ask yourself why that would be the case. Why your nickname Whitey for? Not because you're white. Wake up, K-Man. It is time for a real dose of the cold hard truth. This is what is going on in this country. And we have children mixed up in this sort of situation. What life do you think these children are going to have? Parents out every time taking pictures because their image on social media is more important to them than actually raising their children. Numerous people have reached out. These people owe me money, Sandy. $700 here, this money there, that money there, blah, blah, blah. Right? Seriously, enough is enough. It just is shocking, right? This cannot be what we will sit back and allow to happen in our community and not say this is ridiculous. Now, mind you, when people started speaking up and saying, whoa, 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 how are you living like this, bro? You out in the streets talking about you driving an Audi and this, that, and the next thing, and look at your refrigerator. You know what he then does? Gets in defense mode, of course, and has the audacity to try to defend his ridiculous behavior. There is no defending this kind of behavior. Let me be very, very clear here, folks. You cannot defend this. This is beyond problematic, right? So look at this response from him now. And I want to show you how people are just so ignorant. Our own people. Somebody tell us get a job and help himself. Hear what he says, jobs, question mark, like he's never heard the word job before. We are owners. Oh, we're gonna come to that. I drive a $60,000 Audi because I work my ASS off for it, building the largest discount company in Cayman. Well, I don't know nothing about that. I also own my house, clear off the bank. Next week, we launch our mobile app, which will benefit residents and now tourists. It's been a year since we restructured for tourism without making $5,000 a week like we used to. And now we will rise again. Everyone falls now and again, but I always have a plan if I do fall. Well, clearly not, honey child. I've since seen who really cares now and who were fake family and friends who just grudged us. To all the haters out there on a can't hurt me by scandalizing my name, trust me, who God bless, no man curse. Well, Andre, I would really love to know why you think that God has blessed you, because he never blessed you with a thing called common sense, and he certainly never blessed you with a thing called hard work. We have all been poor. Nobody's laughing at poverty. No one is saying get up off your behind and get to work because anybody begrudges you. You are lazy, self-entitled, narcissist, and an abusive man. That is the real truth. God has not blessed you with nothing, brother. What he has given you, you have used to con people, to be the consummate con artist. And none of your, you have 6 companies. None of your 6 companies have ever been successful. That's why you keep opening up a new company and trying a new thing. Because nothing you do, you put enough concentrated effort in to really, really focus on. This is a problem. Okay? This is the cold hard truth. You're always failing because you jump up. Oh, let's do S&A admin services. You take a few people work permit. Next thing you know, you're not even processing the work permit. You're not putting it in. You're running out there trying to get a new business owner. There is a lot that I know, and I don't always want to talk it. Trust me. Your business owners are out here trying to figure out what is going on, trying to limit their liability. You don't even own the companies on your own. You have investors. Why don't you talk the truth? You making $5,000 a week? And now you have nothing for it? $5,000 a week, and during COVID, you were begging people for groceries, but this government not no good. They wouldn't come help you with groceries, blah, blah, blah. Son, if you're making $5,000 a week, that's 20 grand a month. Why government need to help you with groceries? Why are you sending around a grocery list talking about you need T-bone steak, 7 T-bone steaks? Let me be very honest here, honey child. I'm thankful that I have no issues at this time paying my bills. Yes, praise the Lord. Even to me, don't have T-bone steak on my grocery list. You must hang your hat where you can reach it. Huh? This is the problem. Y'all out in these streets pretending to be something you are not. And trying to go farther, and by the way, no overtime on the radio, so switch to YouTube or Facebook. Because we can, once we're off radio, we can get to the cold hard truth. Even harder, because certain things we can't say on radio, certain words, but I can say them on YouTube and I can say them on Facebook. Switch over, folks. But let me be very, very clear here. This man is a fraudster, and now the gig is up. Right? It's not government's responsibility to take care of you. You're able-bodied. Every time, oh, I'm waiting on a contract to come in. You know how many times I've heard that from Andre? Oh, government can pay us a contract. We got government contract with DOT, this and that. DOT not giving you no money, sir. That's not how government works. You have to deliver the services to a particular standard before government will even pay an invoice. You think you can go to the Cayman Islands government? Oh yeah, we got $100,000 contract. You think you can go and send them an invoice for 100 grand or whatever it is and expect that they're going to pay it? No, they want the product to be completed. They want the merchandise in their hand, whatever discount card or whatever it is you got up your sleeve now, your latest scam, they want you to be able to deliver on it first. That is the people's money. And the government, the civil servants know better than to waste the people's money on such ridiculous things. The man has the audacity to talk about he has a $60,000 car. Driving a $60,000 Audi, he says. Really? Because believe me, you can be that you can afford a $60,000 car and can't afford to feed your family. Now, his logic is, all right, that he has worked hard for this $60,000 car, so that is his business. I can tell y'all a story that is going to make you laugh. All right? But it shows you how ironic life can be and how sometimes even me know a lot more than I let on. All right, sit back. I got my next cup of water here. Sit back and listen to this. Years ago, before COVID, you know, there's life before COVID, life after COVID. Before COVID, I had a retail spot there in Pasadena Place. You guys know I have a couple of businesses. And so I, let me get a little tissue here. I, said, well, this is before COVID. I said, spending a lot of money on this retail space. And most of my customers for the retail space, which was okay, most of my customers, they message me. I go to their house. I can do a at-home installation. I don't necessarily need a physical location. At the time, I was there for, I think I might have been there for like 3 years, whatever. It was good to have a physical location. And I was still doing like some training. And then I kind of gave up the training, got busy with CMR, and CMR really started to take over my life, to be honest. So I said, I'm not gonna really fool too much with the training again. I still keep the license in case I get one or two little contracts here and there, right? I'm at least legit with my business license. So working from home office, which is what I'm doing now. So Andre approached me and said, hey, Sandy, why don't you, I've got this place here by the airport, subletting spaces. Why don't we do a trade? I'll give you a little small office space and then we'll do some advertising. I say, okay, it's all right. Sometimes it's good. Even now I have a office I pay for, like a shared office space in town. So if I need to go somewhere, I need to print something quickly, I need internet access, I can go there, right? I pay every single month. I'm paying for that. And half the time I'm not even there because I'm just so busy up and down, whatever. But it's good to know that if I need it, it's there. The great thing about this new location, it's close by the court's office. I can park, I can walk to court. I always have parking. So I said, okay. I said, yeah, that sounds all right. Well, let's try it and see what happens. I move in. During the course of being there for a couple months, he's got other tenants and stuff. You talk to other tenants, you hear tenants complaining, boy, this place not really being run like how we thought it would. And, they're not changing the garbage. They're not keeping the place clean. We were told like the common area, we'd have coffee supplied and the bathroom would have toilet paper. We can't get any of those things. You already kind of see where it wasn't quite, it's like, But they had a bigger space, kind of like in the front, and I had a business idea. that I was going to apply and whatever. And I was looking around at spaces. I said, would you be willing to give up this bigger space? I'll pay rent for it, talk to me, whatever. So my husband and I went and looked at the space, and this is the irony of it now. When you talk about the irony, this would be his picture in the dictionary next to the word irony. So I said to him, he said, I can't remember what the square footage is, and this is what I'm going to rent it for. And I said, that's a lot of money for that space. Well, Sandy, this is how he is. Yeah. Well, Sandy, if you can't afford it, you better try and go sell that Benz that you got. I was like, what? First of all, I never said that I can't afford it. I said your asking price was ridiculous. There's a difference. When somebody say your asking price is high or ridiculous, that does not mean that they can't afford it. That means that they don't think it's worth that. But the irony in this man telling me in that moment, and I remember it clear as day, and I just looked at my husband. My husband looked at me. Because first of all, here's a little secret for you, Andre. The Benz was paid off, right? 2 years before the bank note was due. Pay attention now, because you can learn a thing or two about handling your finances properly. Don't make assumptions about people when you see them. Now, the assumptions that we've made about you, you've proven to be true. Setting your hat too high. So you are concerned and looking at me, talking about I must sell my Benz so I can rent an overpriced location from you. And I was like, no, I'll go somewhere else and find double the square footage for less than what you were asking. And that's exactly what I did. And it ain't got nothing to do with no Benz. But you in that moment told me I must sell my Benz to be able to pay you overpriced rent. When other people telling you now, must sell your Audi, what do you say to them? You're not going to sell your Audi. Sir, you ready to come back on the show and give us an update? Shake your head if you're ready. Let's see. Are you ready for you got an update for us?
No, I don't hear anything from him as yet.
All right. Stand by. I still looking. If you have an update, just turn on your camera and give me the thumbs up, and I know that you have an update. Okay. So yes, this is a situation now, and I'm thinking, dude, people are telling you to sell this car, and what's your response to them? Oh no, I'm not going to sell my $60,000 car. First of all, you need to be honest. Everybody know the car, not $60,000. You imported it from Japan. Okay. On top of that, you turn around and spend and go to the bank and take out a loan. Y'all can get the full 411 hit this morning. On top of that, you go and take out a loan with the bank in order to be able to spruce up this car so that you can go and show off to your friends at a car show. Andre told me this foolishness himself. Oh, I got a bank loan. The other day, he was looking for me to give him cash. I said, honey, child, I don't give people cash. No, I'm the same one you told me I must go and sell my Benz to be able to afford your rent. No, honey, child, I'm not giving nobody no cash. If you're hungry, I will feed you. Just the other day, I left gift cards for this man. So you must have to understand my shock and surprise when I saw this video yesterday. I'm trying to help Andre. Oh, Miss Sandy, don't go on the radio. You're going to mess up my business plans if you go and tell everybody how I owe all these people money. Of course, blaming Sasha. And not him, it's her. And I said, but Andre, the people them saying that they gave you the money, your name is on it. He trying to separate. Oh, well, she's the one who messed up the business. It's her. Both of your names are on the business license. Now, you want us to believe, sir, that this is just a one-off thing with you and your bad fiscal management. Then you need to explain a couple things to me. Why does CNB have you in court right now for owing them money? You see, do not open Pandora's box, folks, when you do not want your business out in the streets. Right now, CNB has filed documents because they went and borrowed money from the bank and would not pay the bank back. And these banks not fooling with y'all. You're not going to, listen, CMB don't care if it's $1 or $50. You are not going to play with them and their money because they're out there trying to have money to lend to other people who will pay them back. And when you default on that, you're messing things up. Yeah? Huh. You're talking about this is the first time that you have fallen on hard times? Well, I beg to differ. Because if we go back to 2012, sir, your wife, and I feel sorry for Sasha, but now she's got to take some accountability because she's in deep with Andre on this. I don't care how much this man has abused you and beaten you. You can only tell those stories so many times. And then people are no longer going to feel sorry for you because you're keeping yourself in this situation and you're keeping your kids worse than that in this situation. Her father left her a house in West Bay, free and clear of the bank. And you're going to make this fool named Andre Espute in June of 2017 make First Caribbean International Bank take your house from you? This is when you have got to do better. Y'all know better and you must do better. Enough is enough. He made you borrow against the house? Yes. And the bank came a knocking? They accepted a reserve price of $191,000. And they took this property in West Bay, Northwest Block 1C, parcel 186. That is the foolishness that you've been up to for a minute. This not, oh, I'm on hard times right now, and I need the Caymanian community to rally behind me. That's not what this is. This is a long history of really poor decision making when it comes to money. And somebody gives you $50 and say, go feed your children, go feed yourself. And the first thing that you're going to do is to go out to a restaurant so you can take a picture and post it up on social media. Okay. A couple months ago, the bank got you in court, Cayman National Bank, borrowing money from them and not paying it back either. Now, I don't know if that was the one to fix up the $60,000 car or what the hell that one was, but this has been your history for a minute. Everybody is getting sick and tired of you. All of the banks. Yeah? The lies are running out. The politicians. The wannabe politicians. Y'all using Barbara like a fool and she is allowing you to use her. Oh, we're trying to get a few little votes, blah, blah, blah. Y'all politicians need to stop it now. People are posting up in the women's group. So you see this one here from 2022. This was small claims court. People are to the point now where they are sick and tired of you trying to use them. Enough is enough. Capiche? The politicians don't want to tell you this, but they're sick and tired of you coming to them. And when they bring you groceries in the middle of the afternoon, you're home sleeping instead of finding yourself a job, instead of being out in these streets hustling it like you need to make a better life for you and your children. Come on now. Are y'all ready for the truth around here? Because it strikes me that too many people are willing to sit back and not speak the truth because they are afraid of insulting people. The truth is not an insult. Yeah. Lots of times you need people to tell you the truth. This is a default now of $1,553.75. But guess what? CNB, not business. They want their money. $1,500. And you're a man in 2023 who can claim that, I'm trying to see when the money was borrowed. But you can claim that defendants in May 2022. So for over a year now, the demand letters were served on the defendants. This is both parties took out this joint loan and not pay CNB back their money. So CNB sent them, take them to court. They want their money. You're not just falling on hard times now. There's something much more serious going on here that you need to admit, and you need to go to rehab, and you need to get yourself help. And you also need to get some help with how to live within your means. Because if you claim that you're making $20,000 a month, but you couldn't pay CNB back $1,500, I think we understand that that's a lie. And the people that are here, and trust me, there were not very many people, but I saw one or two people trying to defend him. Y'all need to get a clue before you put your reputation on the line for people. Y'all go clean this man's fridge for him. Oh, let's go clean his refrigerator. Are y'all stupid or what? And I don't care if you get insulted, but y'all have got to be stupid. A man who has no handicap can brag about how he supposedly has a $16,000 Audi parked out front, can put on jewelry, necklaces, rings, the most, and slick back the hair and go out when he feels like it. Drinking in the streets, living his best life. Talking about he's running Cayman hearsay. Yeah? 6 business licenses he claimed he has. 6 businesses. And you all are going to get up and go and do what? Clean his what? I don't think so. This is laziness, drug addiction, and worse. Y'all are encouraging people and their bad behavior when you do foolishness like that. Why would you go clean somebody's house? What lessons are you teaching him? Except that in life, there's always going to be someone there to clean up your shit after you, clean up your mess, give you money when you need it, and fill your refrigerator with food. And you know how ungrateful these people are? When these MPs give them food, they're going to tell them, oh, you didn't buy me the right brand. This brand too cheap. And they want this, they want that. That is the kind of foolishness that's going on in this country. Educate yourselves before you start talking about, I see Christine, what Christine last name is? Phillips. Oh yeah, you get her, Andre, because now you claim he can sue me. I was like, good luck with that. Because you can't sue over the truth, in case y'all don't know. That is the one singular defense to defamation is the truth. And I know I'm speaking the truth. Yeah. So, you talking foolishness about, yeah, he must come and sue me. Come and sue me for what? Come and sue me for saying, for the sake of your family and your children, can you please get your own life together? That what he can sue me for? Because he can't sue me for telling the truth. It's like, what? Honestly, y'all need Jesus. You don't help people by always giving them a handout, especially when they don't even appreciate it. And more importantly, when they're not doing anything to deserve it. Not a handout, folks. Let us help our people, give them a hand up. People have to demonstrate to you that they're willing to do the right thing. They're willing to make sacrifices. They're willing to get rehab if they're on drugs, right? They are willing to keep their place clean and orderly. Be there for their children. Cook a meal, not living out in these streets like you some friggin' millionaire that can afford all these restaurants all the time. Jim says lots of kabooms. Stop living this fake, fraudulent life in order to try to impress people that already know that you're a fraudster and that you're a liar. Y'all saw the comments on Instagram, and if you haven't, let me read a few of them for you, because you're going to see it's 78 comments and nobody was fooled. People are like, somebody say throw the whole house away. That was Jason. Somebody else said prayers for the landlord if this is a rental. Oh, by the way, while he's talking about how he owns his house and they don't have no mortgage on it, you need to stop lying, because once again, after you had your wife evicted and lost her house because of your foolishness trying to live this lifestyle, you went and moved into your mother's house in her duplex and you're living on one side. You're not paying jack shit over there, son. That is your mama's house. And I'm sure the only reason that she not kick you out is because of those children. So while you can talk foolishness about you got a $60,000 house, $60,000 car, and living in squalor like this, you need to speak the truth. And you not got no mortgage. You not got no mortgage because it's not your house. It's your mother's house, and she allows you to stay there. So let us make sure that when we speak the truth and we get some facts. Right? If you had a house that was mortgage free and you were living like this and you can't go to the bank and say, all right, bank, I need a little bit of a loan here or something. Oh, come on now. You know that wouldn't make any sense. Y'all need to pick sense from nonsense. And there are people who said to him in the messages, Andre, wow, can you please get your life together? This is not a good look. Come off the drugs. Stop it. That's because everybody and their mama know what this boy is doing. All the Instagram messages are there. Y'all need to see the messages that people were sending me yesterday. The gig is up. You're not fooling nobody no more. Okay? Right? Her own family members went on there and said, it's time now for you to, what did this one person said? Groceries for the children, ? Man, listen to me, Ricardo. A lot could be said right now, but I leave you to time and God. It's her family. They go on to say, you honestly make me sick. You don't get sick of lying? Get yourself together and stop looking sympathy from others. People are finally calling him out, saying, yo, get it together. Get full-time jobs to support your family. Ask for jobs, not money. Think long-term and not get rich quick schemes, because that's why y'all in the mess Anna in now. This is K-Man Vape Shop, speaking the truth. You also need to stop living above your means, sir. Wanting to always show off and be flashy with new things. Both of you need to get your shit together and kick the cocaine habit. Y'all heard that? People in these streets know exactly what is going on. And the gig is now up. People have had enough. All the stuff that he used to do even way back in high school. The wife left him, gone to best friend, now back again with him. He got other crackheads spying on her while they're down in the bushes doing their dirtiness. All of your business is in the streets, y'all. I mean, for big people, this is really something else. Honest to God. Y'all don't have no shame. You don't have no compassion for your own children. Somebody said, to be honest, I think his parents have spoiled him. Well, I don't know what this is. I just don't know. What a mess. It's a very, very sad situation. Somebody sent a picture of their fridge and she said, that's how my fridge is right now. And I'm asking for assistance, but I don't want you to go call in my name. I have to go to do a medical for NAU. Only these 2 bottles of water I have. And if you can't ask for assistance for me without calling my name, please don't look any for me. He was the one that was giving his wife the Coke. Listen, this is what I'm telling y'all. You can be poor. You can be someone who requires NAU services. That's not the problem here. That is not the problem. The problem is you have got a drug problem first and foremost that needs to be resolved. Cocaine is a destroyer of lives, and I don't care what form it comes in. I don't care if it's crack. I don't care if it's the snorting kind. I don't care if it's heroin that you shoot up your arms. I don't care if you're snorting it, if you're tasting it, I don't know how else you takes it. People, drugs have ruined enough lives in this country. Don't ever touch the stuff. There's no coming back from it. And if you have an addictive personality, even worse. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch cigarettes. Don't touch alcohol. Don't touch marijuana. Don't touch none of it. Because next thing you know, you're going to be in the coke life. Right? Get yourselves together. Go to rehab. People will get you help for free. You just have to want it. Remove your children from this situation. Cashwa's Abby says, yes, dip up in the comments, Sandra. I think you meant dig up, but yes. I mean, it was just shocking to see what people had to say. And it seems like it's it's not even a secret. Everybody knows what is really going on. And someone has got to speak the truth. So this person looking food, but at least their fridge clean. Andre, come on now, man. You got to do better. Just because you're able to function a little bit better with your coke habit, that don't mean that you don't have a coke habit. That don't mean that you need to stop lying and get your life together. Get a job. There's no shame in saying, once I was a business owner, but that didn't work out. Now I have to go work for somebody else. What's wrong with that? Your attitude about jobs? Like, oh, we're too good for a job. No, you're not. Get a job. Nothing wrong with an honest living. Everything is, the next scam, the next big, I got an app coming. I got this coming. I got that coming. Let's be very, very clear. Sasha has always been the brains of the operation. And that's why he needs her. And now that she is no longer there, no business that he touches is going to be successful. Because here you can't have a snake oil salesman without the snake oil. You need a product. You need something at the end of the day. Miss Renita says, preach it, Sandy. Preach it. Drugs have destroyed lives. So I don't know how this story is going to end, but for the sake of all parties involved, I hope that they can get their lives together. Because again, these are Caymanians. These are our people, right? Their children are like our children. You need to stop living in this fantasy world and get a hold of reality. Jennifer says, call him. But the man claims say he was going to put up something on Cayman hearsay. Getting to the bottom of this and tell the real story. I don't see nothing posted yet. So he's trying to figure out the real story. Yesterday all day, he's like, we gonna put up the real story soon. Because Sandy got this all twisted and all wrong. Okay. Well, if I got it all twisted and all wrong, do tell. But what's the right story here? Yes, we're going to talk about NAU tomorrow. That's a whole other situation. It's just really, really sad. Somebody says, yes, Sandra, First Caribbean, sold Andre and Sasha's house in West Bay. That was her house, to be clear, back in 2015. Sasha used to work at Margaritaville back then. You know, it's been a long history, unfortunately. And it's just really, really sad. Someone says it's the largest company because it's the only company, the only discount card. Actually, I don't even think that that's true, because let me be very, very clear. Chamber has had a discount program for many, many years, and I'm sure they're actually the largest, but that isn't their primary business. Chamber isn't out there trying to get people to buy a discount card. They offer that as part of the services that they offer, but I'm pretty sure they're actually the biggest. This person says, my grandma always said, you can be poor and don't have to be nasty. Another person says the entire house needs to be gutted. Here, Auntie, now she come in the comments. Thank God government put things in control to stop these crooks from bringing in some of these old cars. And then about this current situation, pretty face and dirty behind. Mind, I believe that's your family. Everybody family to me, honey child. And guess what? Family or no family, I don't really care. I don't know who it is, and it don't make no difference. Could be my own sister. If she sent out a picture like that, begging for food in her refrigerator, look like that, she'd be featured on CMR too. Perla says Cayman is gone. What are those days? Where are those days when we all used to sleep with a window or door open and play with togetherness? Lord Jesus. Y'all want me to call him? Okay. Let's get his number here. Let's see. Andre. I mean, he did say he got another side to the story, right? Okay. Let's see. Since y'all want to be up in the sauce and hear his side, why not? Let's see what he got to say for himself.
Sorry, but incoming calls to this number has been restricted.
Oh,
ID
phone
16.
don't work. Oh well, must not have paid that bill either. Not surprised. Not surprised. Let's try WhatsApp. Nope. Must be sleeping. Certainly not working. That's for sure. I don't know what to say, y'all, except we need to do better. You know better, do better. A lot of our parents raised us better than this. Sometimes they didn't, but you still know better, and you have to do better. No one is here to give you any handouts in life. And I really, I feel a lot of times for these politicians, because I think that a monster has been created, a system has been created where, they're also pawns in it. And the ones who want to put down their foot are fearful of doing so, because then they won't get elected and they won't be out of a job. But you need to have some integrity. Right? At some point, it's worth saying, I'd rather be out of a job than supporting this kind of foolishness in our islands. That's important. It's important to take a stance and to take a position. And to say, quite frankly, enough is enough. I'm going to hope that this family gets it together and gets the help that they need. And the help that they need is not somebody to go clean their refrigerator, to clean their house, or to give them a bag of groceries. Okay? This man is selling car seats. He's selling everything else. The thing that he needs to sell is to sell that car. It's not a $60,000 car, but even if you can get 30 grand for it, sell it and try to get your life together and put your family in a better position. But of course, you know, when you're out in these streets and drugs, you get 30 grand in your hands. We all know where that money gonna go. That is going to go towards, you know, drugs. Get it together. Get it together, folks. Anyway, tomorrow's program, I do know that we have a guest that's coming on. Oh, let's check in with our friend. Yes, Mr. Nolan?
Yes,
anything from that man yet?
Nothing at all, ma'am. Nothing.
We have given him plenty time now. Let me call him back because he could have gone to 3 banks by now. So let's see what his excuse can be now.
Okay.
You have reached the voicemail box of 3459.
All right. Sir, we have to go. We're going to end the show. But will you update us if at any point today you get your money?
Sure, I will.
So we can let our listeners know on tomorrow's program. In the meantime, folks, we're going to go ahead and end the program. Sir, I appreciate you coming on and talking about your experience.
Thank you so much. Yes. And thank you so much for having me.
All right,
just trying all the good ways and means to get back my money. That's all.
Yeah. And I really hope that Davian, that you can get it together because this is not a good look for you. It makes your business, your mother's business, look bad. She claims that she don't know what's going on. That is not going to be an excuse when somebody haul her in court because ultimately you are responsible for whatever it is your businesses are doing. Folks, shape up the foolishness. You own a business, you must take responsibility for it. Don't have other people running your business that are doing all kind of stuff with it. This is theft. This is obtaining property by deception. And Davian, if you're not careful, you're going to see yourself before a court of law facing some criminal charges. All right. Y'all have a beautiful day. Until tomorrow, God's willing.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.